Excellent connection. CCL Finals. Super.
So I'm at the
Okay, we got it. Copy.
So is somebody doing crit clubs? Or
Yeah, the other team will be doing.
who's
Can you guys do the scoring?
yeah, we can. I just
Yeah,
need
let's
the-
do that.
I just need the login.
I'll give you the login. We have one more table.
Yeah.
In the car. Can you get it? And then we'll put it on top of it. Streaming is ready.
Alright, so we're just waiting for login and then we're good to go.
Okay.
I ain't got no number. Numberless.
You sure you playing?
Yeah, exactly. That's the point.
The first question I asked, I mean, I don't know how MMC come in the final in this chart. I really don't know how MMC come into a final in this chart.
Make sure you have the semi-final statistics correct. So when you need to report to it, just report to it
That's
accurately.
what I
No mistake today, you know.
I do
I'm not going to let you guys slide today.
I don't
What's
understand
up,
how
boss?
you judge picking up
Everything
people.
good? Yeah, good to see you.
I don't
boss.
understand how you judge picking up people and bringing them to play in the final. I
Come
don't
to
get
eat the
that.
food. Eat the TV, that's what I come to.
Yeah, man. What's the easiest finalist? I don't know. I hear those fight games. I hear a big brawl.
Like Axel's fight, I'm on the squad.
Start back and all.
ACS?
It's out the league. Thank God we get nothing. Or you might get fight. We get a couple of for the final.
I was following, right? And then I see
Okay.
Damien hit a
So
six
you
and
need
the
a
game
login
stopped
and
right
ID.
there.
They said,
You don't have any table. So I thought
Where was that game played?
basically one part,
the red number,
Joe Bro.
number.
It's okay.
right?
And we'll put
And
this down.
You have you have
Login.
the
I forgot. Whom did I give it last time?
something sing or something like that?
Yeah, I gave you, right? That should work.
I don't have it, but let me see if I think you had given it to me.
I can make somebody else also right away. You know what?
You sing, right?
Yeah.
You sing?
Yeah.
Alright, let's see that. Whatever password is in there was not good.
Alright, you know what? I can make that. I can make you also.
See this? I have the password as CCL 2020.
Yeah, is that working?
Yeah, that's CCL 2020. Actually, it did get me.
Alright, because you have to start the game, then only I'll get the ID to put it.
What's the series? Gardanan. So what's the series? What's the series?
Yeah.
What's this?
How is it going?
What's this tournament? What's the series?
Super 8.
Super 8?
Okay, so how much then? Okay. Alright, good.
Super 8 tournament.
Alright, good.
What is it?
Oh no, I got a knife actually in the car.
Oh, it's a big one.
Yeah.
Well, I'm star. Kids,
Yeah, one.
everything good?
Yeah, try my best to come back. After I lose 15 pounds next year, I lose 50 pounds. I need to bring my back.
Eh.
Okay, good.
Oh God, at least you're here, boss. You're here, man.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
I'm not finding this thing. Is it CCL Super 8 or what? CCL Super 8. Super 8. Yeah, that's the thing. I got 100 Super 8.
So wait, did this set up any match? Yeah, man.
Got 100 Super 8 in here.
Set up and everything there.
Commonwealth 1770. Which one?
Yeah, there's two Commonwealth. Super 8.
Yeah, Super 8 criminal.
Oh, no.
This one?
Yeah, but,
Yeah, this one.
Correct, that's one. Can you see this video? No. Oh, you know what? I think. 1 second.
अजीत भाई टॉस करें
टॉस करे 115 को टॉस करते हैं
115
या 115 explain the playing conditions.
Come on, well, league cricket. There's like a ton of them here, right?
Yeah.
But which-
Did you get it?
So
Or
I got
let me check one.
Commonwealth League.
Yeah.
Is this one? Which one?
Oh, yeah, that one. This one. Second one.
This one?
This one. Yeah. So see this video? More. All this stuff like that. If you come more, and then eight, Super 8. Got it. Because the ID which I gave you was a good one. Any Commonwealth game you can do that with that ID. So let me show that. And oh, let me send you the link, Smith. You can check in between.
Scoring. Up and gunning.
So last weekend we went to Bangladesh thing. What commentary they did and stuff? You did stuff?
Yeah, they had a guy there who was doing their language. He started out with like me, like I would call like what happens, then he would call it in Bangladeshi language. So we were doing that for a while, but then I think he got tired.
As usual. Well, so you know what? I'm sick of this.
Started doing
This thing is
stuff
not like.
he was around country stuff.
Yeah, at that time I wanted to start the team also.
Yeah, and then after a while, then he just came back and did some interviews with people on the side. I gotta give you 2 years from now.
I'll be glad, but I was watching the
So we have 10 or we have 11 or 12 foot.
that's well, they put more preferences there.
So will you say something? Alex is playing, but he just was not a minute.
No, they have to come. They're on their way. Yesterday.
So Reggie was not playing anyway. Still only on that. Overs, right? Oh, all right. Guys are doing toss. No.
Check.
So get this new app. I want to. Still have some little, I like the layout and stuff, you know.
Is it a free app or is it a free app?
It's a free app. It has some shortcomings. I mean, simply put, when you look outside here, NX is a corporate app. This thing still has some little.
Have you tried the thing there on what's our boss?
Good.
You think good?
One change and nothing, right? We was at that
NX. I found a flaw in there. Have you used I have one match that somehow there's a glitch in this one match. I'm keeping it open just because
asking that.
At
One
some
of these
point,
days,
yeah, I want to be able to like reach out to them.
when you get a chance, they always get your scorecard. and
Because
then-
I was scoring this
oh,
game.
for NX?
Yeah.
Nobody's
there? I was scoring this game, and then, as I was telling you last week, in the middle of the game, it said basically match ended.
Okay, well, I'll tell you why. What you doing, NX? In crit clubs, if you don't hire any more batsmen, they think the innings is ended. But that I know from crit clubs.
Yeah.
I've never encountered that in
NX. I've never had an issue with NX except for this one match, and I'm saving it. In fact, I'm really ready to show you
Yeah.
because oh no, I might have seen it.
Yeah. I know crit clubs does that to you. If you don't have any more man,
Yeah.
he doesn't leave you there. He thinks that that's all the men you have at close the innings. We're gonna ask you, do you want to begin the other thing or end the match? So you gotta be careful with quick club. Quick club, pretty much you gotta have at least 11 man, or it's the best as well.
Mm. Look at this thing. So this thing basically, this is the game. It suddenly puts a target up here of 72, even though the team made what's our boss? The one team made 119, 118. And then in the middle of the game, basically. That's what they're doing. So
Okay,
it-
hold on. That target thing runs to display. This is because you have that. That has to do with that. To win. Yeah,
Alright, so if I did runs to win, which I changed the target because
that usually runs to win. Which is this the chasing team?
yeah, this is the team that was
So where was your here?
That's why I couldn't get that there, and so that's why I went here and basically put a target there. But then it put this number in here, which I have no idea like why that number keeps coming up. But no matter how much I take that number and save, it won't save it. It keeps going back, putting mine in there. And if I go back to the session, it keeps putting the number in. So I have no idea like what caused that to happen, and so I'm keeping this game open because.
The target.
Yeah, but in the middle of the game, basically, it
Okay,
just,
hold
stop.
on. So target, this is where we are. This is where you always have stuff.
yeah.
That we know.
But the target should always be the total that the other team made.
When you're not getting that.
Yeah, I'm getting nothing.
And this is your chasing team.
I've never had this issue before.
Very
Getting you somewhere.
Don't worry. Maybe it's still going.
Yeah, it's not all down there. Mumbai are back.
Mumbai gonna be cool. If Rory don't get you, if the hitman doesn't get you, fall out and then can get you. Most teams don't have answers for all that.
Is the game started on the?
They tossed?
Yeah, they tossed. MMG won the toss and opted to field. Hell of a game. What do you think? Who will win?
I think Mumbai, oh, what a catch.
Run ball, there is 10 runs and 10 down.
Fall out is there, thrown out, yeah, 5 wickets out, no way they lose. They need 11.
Guys, when you going to reach home?
There's food there?
Yeah. Awesome chicken rice.
Alright, thank you, bro.
I know you guys love spicy food.
Ajay bhai,
No, I'll give you the ball.
you get the ball.
Okay. Where is the ball? Ball box.
Any forks in there?
Yeah. You know.
Can I take one?
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Where the fork is it?
Oh, you didn't get it? Not here, not here. So you started the game, I need the match ID. I'm sorry, 1 second. No one let me.
I like robotic art here.
You know how to change that match ID stuff? No.
Huh?
You know how to change the match ID? And did you put, oh yeah, okay, good. Don't use this training. Here, match ID and club ID has to be changed. Can you give me the match ID? Okay, to start,
And then the
bowling.
toss.
Bowling, yeah, on the toss bowling. Same. That's good. We'll start. Okay. This one.
No, who are the batsmen going?
Remember we have that issue. Okay, we got it. Good. Huh? And you know how to do this stuff, right?
Sajid Salam and Nazmo.
Dihan, huh? Cool.
Sajid and Nazmo. Sajid Saman.
Oh, we need that too. Full screen. What? control panel. You need this. Wow.
Something in the last over.
Okay. You got it, right? What else do you need to see? Just that's fine.
What's the link for the light? Or is now?
Yeah, yeah. Link is there. I'll send it. I'll send it to Ijaz.
Who sent it?
I'll send it to you, Ijaz. You didn't get it? No, I sent it. You
Yeah, for the 70.
You should just bring me, message me.
What's it?
742
621.
742 265 get it called.
You bought this one, right?
No, I don't need it.
The power bank? It's an iPad one.
Alright, thank you.
That's alright.
Look, score is 0. Huh? You don't have the table. I'll go home after. You like it?
60 minutes.
Then you eat it when it is hot.
My God, that's it.
You are the link, right? Oh, you also watching it? Is it properly set? Is that properly set?
Yeah.
Well done. He's good, right? play with this.
So we're ready to play. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Super 8, CCL Super 8. And this is the CCL Super 8 final. MMZ takes on Bangladesh Tigers. With the news, Bangladesh Tigers have been sent in, so it's 20 overs. And MMZ, having won the toss, elected to bowl first. So we're just about getting ready to start. Bangladesh Tigers and MMZ.
Gajanan made it on time.
So we're ready to start. We're ready for cricket. Bangladesh Tigers having been sent in. The two opening batsmen are Nazmul Siddiqui, the man on strike, and Sajid Zaman, the non-striker. So we're ready to play. Kelvin Suprasad has been given the ball, and team's captained by Lisan Chaudhry and Andy Mohammed. So we're ready to play. Super 8 final, Bangladesh Tiger takes on MMZ. Both teams have lost one game. They've done well to come to the final. And here we are at Eisenhower Park. So for those watching the field, want to say welcome. It's morning in New York City, morning in Long Island. We hope that you will keep us company. We'll try to give you all the action there is available. And so thank you for tuning in on the stream today. So Kelvin will start from the media center end and will come into ball to Siddiqui. Ball taken on the pad, heading down the leg side. Good delivery here from Kelvin, a good start. Ball seemed to be going down the leg side, and a good shot attempted by Nazmul. Doesn't go well. And so the first ball has started here at Eisenhower Park, field number 2. Overcast condition. Good weather still in October. Siddiqui gets a good ball. So a couple of good balls here from Kelvin Prasad. He's made very good start. He's bowled a couple of dot balls. And he's had some good bowling performance this year. 3 for 22 against strikers. Certainly stands out to be his best. 2 for 42 against Punjab. And he also got 1 for 17. into the onside. Runs here for Nazmo. He butters not a run, but you'll have to run this one. Or you'll come back for a couple of runs. Probably should have gotten one more there, but ball worked into the onside. Good looking shot. A good shot to play in the power play. He picks up a couple of runs, gets the Bangladesh Tigers off the mark. And so they're 2 without loss. Good looking shot from Nazmo Siddiqui. I'm joined by Carl Bennett. And Carl, two top teams in the final here again. And then
I send it to server by link.
and Bangladesh Tigers.
put it-
Kelvin
okay, I
comes
will
with the
share it
ball
from
to
here.
Siddiqui.
Thanks.
And Siddiqui is looking to go through the onside. Big appeal now that says umpire Joel Duki. The umpires are Joel Duki and Ahmad Dar. Very close to Ali Dar, but this is Ahmad Dar and of course Joel Duki. Good morning, Carl. Couple of runs on the board here for Bangladesh Tigers.
Well, afternoon now then, and well into the afternoon. And so two interesting matchup here this afternoon. Two good teams have emerged.
Tell me your name for now.
All the way to the finals. Promises to be a very keen contest. Good delivery, making good height off the surface, and collected by Ijaz Azgarali, former Guyana under-19 player.
Yes, Carl, MMZ does have one of the better wicketkeepers around. Ijaz would have played for Guyana at the youth level, and so for years playing in the US has remained a top keeper. Ball turning to the onside again. So this is a good over here from Kelvin. And he completes over number one. There's only a couple of runs. You can't complain. Good start here from Kelvin. And when play resume, we will see for the first time Sajid Zaman. 2 without loss.
So we've reached the championship part of the season across the New York Tri-State region. Number of finals and semi-finals on tap this weekend and next. And we've seen a somewhat curtailed cricketing season in New York, given all the COVID-related scenarios. And so to be able to get cricket well into October, certainly a coup for cricket enthusiasts. And so we have to wait and see how things progress over the next couple of weeks, as Keith Eddy has been given a ball here, so he comes in and will operate to Sajid Zaman. Zaman yet to face the ball. 2 is the total on the board after 1 over. A good first over from Kelvin Shupasad to start off the proceedings for MMZ, who won the toss early and elected to have a ball. On the second take, Ijaz looking to pick the bails. And in the end, umpire Joel Duki giving us the signal to go upstairs. And already all the action on tap here at Eisenhower Park.
So good start here from Keith Eddy. Just a couple of runs on the board as Zaman, he gets off the mark, and bit of a truncated applause from the Bangladesh Tigers camp. They know every run will come here. And so 3 on the board. Nazmo Siddiqui is on 2. Zaman is on 1. Relative to what has happened here so far, Carl, and MZ has they've bowled 8 balls. There have been quality deliveries and no runaway score so far.
And Keith Eddy, one of the better spinners you'll find, very economical.
Oh, that's a good looking shot from Siddiqui running up towards the wide mid on boundary. And it crosses the tape. Very good attacking shot. Nazmo Siddiqui, he goes up to 6. With 7 on the board.
So that's the first boundary of the inning so far for the Bangladesh Tigers. And comes off the blade of Nazmul. Quicker delivery from Eddy. Stayed up. And on the back foot early was Siddiqui smashing it down the ground. Siddiqui, a very attacking batsman usually.
Yeah, yes, Carl, he got 70 plus yesterday in the Columbus Day T20. So he's been among the run, just hours away from getting big scores. And he goes to the onside again, so he's favored the onside quite a bit. Picks up another run. He goes up to 7 from 8 balls. The score is 8 without loss.
So in the power play, the options for MMZ is to go the deep mid wicket and wide long off the 2 men outside the circle. And that's the full allotment in the power play. Big hit for the offside. Glorious. Superb off the blade pass, Jeeb. And that takes the total up to 12.
That's a lovely shot through the offside. They say the shot that looks the prettiest from batsman are the cover drives. And so that's a lovely shot off the bat of Zaman. He goes up to 5. And we were beginning to say a good start. It's 12 on the board. We're into the second over. And Eddie has gone for 10 in this over. It's 12 for no loss.
So quality start here from Sajid. As getting the ball out of the middle of the blade straight away. He's only faced 3 balls. Oh, and is this round? We'll wait and see. As it might have taken the edge, we'll wait to see if we get any indication from the umpire. And buys is the call. So nothing, no activity there. And so the 2 extras will take will bring the over to a close. 12 runs from it, and it's 14 for none after two overs.
So Calvin will continue. First super went for 2. Bangladesh Tigers off to a good start. They're going 7 runs and over. Oh, improvised shot well taken by Ijaz. So one of those shots, Carl, if he makes contact, it's going to be quite productive as the ball seemingly passing over the head of the batsman, trying to do a bit of deflection. And still a good dot ball here from Calvin. 14 on the board.
And Pillow generating quite a bit of pace here. Hitting the deck hard when the ball is coming off the surface. Huge carry all the way to Asgarali, who is now well back of the stumps.
Oh, it's in the air, pulled into the onside. Could be the first maximum it is. So that's the first Super 8 maximum. And it's off the bat of Nazmul Siddiqui. He goes up to 13. It's 20 without loss.
And somewhat taking some pace off was Supersad. Supersad and Siddiqui was there and waiting. And pumped it over deep backward square. Gone for the first maximum. He goes into double figures up to 13 off 10 balls.
Yes, Carl Nazmul Siddiqui is a top player. And as I mentioned yesterday, Columbus day T20. He got 76, and the Bangladesh team, they were able to beat Pak first. Not an easy team to beat Pak first. Oh, there we go. He gets it now. And a bit of helping the ball over the keeper's head, and that goes away for 4.
So vacant fine leg area and exploited by Siddiqui. So on the back of the ball that was pumped over deep backward square, comes right back with a cheeky looking overhead scoop and down to the fine leg boundary. He goes up to 17. So excellent batting here from Nazmul Siddiqui.
Yes, Carl, and it takes a special skill to certainly pull off shots like that. And Nazmul Siddiqui, he's a top talent. He's up to 17 from just 11 balls. Oh, the good comeback here from Kelvin. Just trying to cut off the deflected shots, and he's done. And Nazmul does well to ease the ball into the onside. He picks up another run, and they're going at over 9 and over. So very good start here from Bangladesh Tigers. They're up to 25 without loss.
And after just conceding 2 runs in his first over, Super Sad comes back here and under pressure. 11 already in this over, still a couple of deliveries remaining. And batsmen are looking to be on the charge. Sajid now the man on strike.
So 25 without loss. Ball cut away into the offside. Kai Shaw comes in, does the right thing, has a short assault, knowing he has backup in the form of Matthew Luchena. But in the end, Zaman and Siddiqui running well. 26 without loss.
Very good fielding, quick throw. But the batsmen had good understanding on had taken off immediately for the single. They got through very easily in the end.
Yeah, Zaman is batting very smartly. Carl, he realizes that they have off to a quick start. He's just gonna form the strike over back to Nazmul. Over the offside. Gonna be a chase here for Gazan Singh. He does well to save a boundary. And they come back for a couple of runs. So good bit of cricket here. Good looking shot from Nazmul Siddiqui. Maybe not as powerful as we have seen. And a good chase from Gazan Singh was able to save a couple of runs. 28 without loss.
Good bit of work for sure. The effort by Gazan Singh to be commended. And pulled it back. In fact, just got the fingers behind it right before it crossed the tape. And with the strong fingers applied, the ball stopped dead in its track. And he was able to get back and get the underhanded throw. 28 for none, 3 overs completed. So we'll take the volume down.
So Keith Eddy will continue. Might be ready too soon, actually.
So Kissoon has been given a ball. Left arm orthodox.
Yes, sir. He comes in here with Tigers. They're off to a quick start. They're going at 9.3. And it's 28 without loss at the end of 3 overs. So they've gone quickly out of the blocks. Zaman is on 6. Nazmul is on 20. And Kissoon, the left arm leg spinner.
A little bit of delay here as Ricky Kissoon hands his cap over to umpire Dar, and we'll get the proceedings on the way here. And at the international level, then no more umpires holding caps up. Oh, teeing off. First ball is hit like a golf shot, gone over long on, another maximum.
Yeah, commanding shot here from Sajid Zaman. Certainly not a good start here from Ricky Kissoon. Certainly not to be greeted with a big maximum. So it's 34 without loss. Good start here from Bangladesh Tigers.
And hit straight out of the middle of the blade by Sajid. Not letting Kissoon settle. Teeing off straight away.
The ball tapped into the offside again. Good bit of play here from Zaman, realizing Carl that he's picked up a big one off the previous ball. Scoring rate has gone up to 10.5 runs and over.
And the entire Bangladesh Tigers team on their feet in the players' pavilion, making sure they're behind their batters out in the middle. Spirited bunch, and making sure that their presence is felt. 35 runs on the board inside of 3.2 overs. Bangladesh off to a flyer here.
The ball worked into the onside. Matthew runs around. Can't score is Nazmul Siddiqui. So far this season, Nazmul Siddiqui got a 76 against Punjab. Also got a 40 against Deccan Challengers actually. The ball worked into the onside. Alex Algu is the fielder. Another single here to Bangladesh Tiger takes him up to 36 without loss. And we're into the fourth over.
Good bit of understanding again, just milking some runs here. They've already picked up the boundary right at the start of the over, and so now it's just milk the rest of these deliveries. 9 already conceded.
So a good comeback, having gone to 6 off the first ball from Ricky Kisoon. 9 off that over. It's 37 without loss at the end of 4. With Nazmul on 21, Sajid is on 14, 37 without loss.
Where is he going? No idea. He's a speaker. I thought like he's going to take his pant off.
Oh, he left his shirt on.
Yeah. President is whole gameplay with his shirt over there.
So for a moment we thought we had a streaker, and then running across the surface, had to go retrieve his pullover. And so now pullover back with the owner, and we're back to cricket here. And it looks like it will be Gajalan Singh who has been introduced here. So he comes in to replace Kello, Superstar. So Gajalan Singh, Superstar, 2 overs none for 16. Gajalan Singh comes in here to Zaman.
The ball punched into the offside. Calvin is here. And so these cricketers are quite busy people these days. I know the Columbus T20 is ongoing. And a player like Gajanan Singh Carl, yesterday he attended the US trials and then hurried away to play for Strikers in the afternoon, and then this morning he may have played for Strikers in the morning, and then he's here again. Not too sure if he has a 5 o'clock game today. Short and pulled into the onside. Luckily there's protection there. It appears to be Nicholas Chinku. And so far it's 39 on the board. We're in over number 5.
Oh, scoreboard.
And they're going over 8 runs and over. So a good start here from Bangladesh Tigers. Both Zaman and Nazmul Siddiqui Carl looks pretty out. Chance of run out! The top comes in. Very good one here from it appears to be Matthew Lutena. And Nazmul Siddiqui, the big wicket of Nazmul Siddiqui falls. It's 39 for 1. Brilliant feeling from Matthew Lutena, and the first wicket goes down.
Oh, what a bit of work. What have you done? What have you done? Siddiqui running quickly, trying to steal one. And in the end, Siddiqui has to go. Brilliantly run out by Lutena. And so the first wicket falls here at 39. Big wicket for MMZ.
Yes, Carl, I thought Nazmul and Zaman may have misread the field setting. If you notice, there were two men placed into the short backward point position. Not only Kaif Shaw, but Matthew Lachena was asked to go there just a couple of balls before. And so that time has really worked. Good take from Ijaz. And the Ijaz-Lachena combination made sure that Nazmul Siddiqui, he falls to 22. It's 29 for 1.
Yep. Ismail.
So Ismail Hussein comes in to replace Nazmul Siddiqui. And so Siddiqui would have scored 22 from 17 balls, including 2 fours and 1 6. So he's back in the hut. And Ismail Hussein comes to the middle.
So a couple of fielders on the backward point area. Made sure that they were not only there, Carl, to just block runs, but also there to take wickets. Gavin and Singh will come into ball to Hussein. 59 for 1. Oh, full toss into the onside.
Oh, now they've gone all the way. And it's to get the confirmation from umpire Duki that it's gone for maximum. And so big strike on the very first ball. And so straight away, Ishmael is up and running.
Yes, Carl got a gift. And as we have seen in so many cricket matches, sometimes it's not the good balls that get wicket. And so a little bit of play there from Nicholas Chinku. In the end, Ismail has made a perfect start to his batting. He got a 6 off the first ball. It doesn't get higher than that. 45 for 1. This is the 5th over. An attempted pull goes into the direction of Kisoon. And so that completes an over that has given up 9 runs. A wicket has fallen. And so after 5, it's 46 for 1.
So Ricky Kisoon to continue. His first over cost him 9 runs. And he starts with a quicker delivery outside the off stump, and Ismail just has a look, trying to see perhaps how much the ball may be turning. Fuller delivery, over pitch, and it's given a treat and caught into the deep backward stairways and another maximum. And so at the moment, Ismail Hussein just dealing in maximums.
Yes, Carl, that's the 4th 6 we have seen in this brief start to the game. We're only in over number 6, and we've seen 4 sixes already. 2 of them, as you mentioned, Carl, from Ismail. And so a wayward ball again. He has really capitalized on a couple of full tosses.
Yes.
One by Gajanan Singh and one by Kisoon. 52 on the board. So the 50 comes up in the 6th over. Good power play start.
So with 50 on the board inside the power play.
The ball cut away. That's the area in which Andy Mohammed has brought in reinforcements. Kaif Shaw backward point. Then you got Matthew Lachena a bit square. And he himself, Andy Mohammed, just lurking around the cover area. It's going to be a high trafficking position.
And again, entirely too short from Kisoon. And Might have escaped with one there, as this one is just punched into the mid-wicket region for a single. So 7 conceded in the over so far.
So 53 in the sixth. They're going at 9.3. Zaman is on 15. They've lost Nazmul Siddiqui.
Just a couple balls here remaining in this power play.
Oh, that's a good delivery. Can't score. Eddie just ambles around, just making sure that the batsmen stay planted. And so very good score, Carl, in the power play overs. They're batting a 53 for 1. They're going just over 9 and over. And 7 runs in this over so far. Final ball coming up.
Men almost holding their heads, screaming they can't understand how that one did not hit the 6. But a swing and a miss from Sajid. The over comes to an end. A good one in the end, a fairly good one. Only the one maximum giveaway. And so 7 off the over. It's 53 for 1. Power play completed.
So Bangladesh Tiger Car comes out of Group B. And their only loss this season, or at least in this tournament, has been against Pak America. They're averaging 177 per game, having scored 218, their highest score against Deccan Challengers. And so 177 average per game, Carl, in the series. That's a very healthy score, 177 in the T20 match.
That is a quality score, or average, let's say, and so if they should get in that range today, would put them in a good position. Now sits in the field as Gu comes over into the, or he goes, actually Nick Chinku actually comes to the offside. The curve position, and as soon as he comes over, ball goes into the onside, gone for another maximum. And so Sajid on the charge once again. In fact, Ishmael on the charge once again. He goes up to 20 and the score up to 59.
Yeah, good looking shot again from Ismail. Ball straight down the leg. There's no benefit bowling down the leg side. And so that is a very good shot from the bat of Ismail. He's saying Ismail has gone quickly up to 20. 3 sixes, Carl. So you can't ask for better strike than that. 59 for 1.
His strike rate, Len, is 286. So almost 3 runs per ball that he's faced. So Ishmael on the charge and dealing in 6s at the moment.
So a good comeback ball here from Gajanan Singh. And so Ismail in this series, his highest score has been 45 against strikers. He got 38 against Deccan Challengers and also got a 30 against Pak America. Into the onside, Alex Algu is out at long on. So single that takes Bangladesh Tigers to 60 for 1.
So looks to be a true enough batting surface. Not a lot in it necessarily for the bowlers, particularly slow bowlers.
Good? Yeah. Like
And
it?
so
Yeah,
far,
thank you.
the batsmen have seemingly found it to be easy going here.
The ball punched into the offside. And Nick Chinku quickly gets into the action. So 61 on the board. We're in the 7th over. And a big crowd following here for MMZ. They brought out their support, certainly.
Yes,
And even on the Bangladesh side, they brought out their bit of support. So certainly some partisan supporters on both sides.
down on the ground for at least one. As our group comes around, he does well, keeping the batsman to just the one that's on offer. And the score moves along up to 62 with one delivery remaining in over number 7 again. And then Z won the toss and elected to have a ball. And this one is well gone at the backward point. Team dismissal. Andy Mohammed well positioned there. And so Sajid falls and Katanan Singh strikes in over number 7.
Yeah, very soft dismissal here from Zaman. Was batting pretty well. And one of the easiest catch. You probably ask Andy Mohammed, and he'll tell you that's one of the easiest catches he's taken. And so, a couple of wickets fall, 62 for 2.
So the new batsman is Masood Haq. So he comes to the middle with Bangladesh at 62 for 2.
Yeah, a couple of dismissals here for Bangladesh Tigers. They might be quite cross with the way a couple of batsmen have gotten out. Nazmul Siddiqui perhaps a suicidal run, and now Zaman, one of those shots that probably you will say two-minded shot car, where you're not too sure if you want to go or you don't want to go, as Matthew Lucena, he gets the first ball, and he comes out here at 62 for 2.
So he starts to the bat, and right now the Bangladesh going at 8.7 runs per over. Swinging a miss, so good couple of deliveries here to start the proceedings for Matthew Lucena. And Ismail, in fact, Ismail thinking fences. And so, right now, advantage to Lucena. It's still very early in the over. 62 for 2, over number 8 in progress.
So that's the first wide of this game. Comes off the bowling of Lucena. Lucena's bowled a couple of dot balls. Good start. 63 for 2. We are in the 8th over. Ball cut away. It's going to be difficult or a lot harder to beat the fielders are back at point here. A couple of fielders. We've got Ricky Kissoon at white. Third man back at point is Gajanan Singh. And then we've got Andy Mohammed there. So on the prowl, 63 for 2. Oh, that's where they favored quite a bit in this game, Car. Not a single here to Ismail Hussain. He goes up to 23 and brings Masood Haq to face his first ball at 64 for 2.
So a family affair for the MMZ team. They brought the support structure all in the players' pavilion, making sure that the boys out in the middle feel the love. 64 on the board. And this one is short outside the off stump and wide.
Yes, Carl, and of course when you bring those enormous support, they will settle for nothing less than a W, and that W means win.
65.
So both sides will be hoping that they could be a happy bunch driving back home.
A long chase here, vacant final region, and that's gone away for a boundary. So Latino staying down the wrong line, can't bowl there with the field set that you have, and a vacant fine leg, and so that takes a total of 69.
Yeah, good looking shot again from the Bangladesh Tigers batsman, this time off the bat of Masood Haq. he gets off the mark with a boundary. And so 69 for 2, we are in the 8th over. This was gone for 7 runs so far, and what we've seen so far, pretty much every over has given up a boundary. And so that means that Bangladesh Tigers, they have been among the hunt to get the ball across the tape and over the tape. So Berson Reed, he feels his first ball, just make sure that the ball comes into the hands properly. And so 70 for 2 at the end of 8.
So Gasoline seemed to continue. 2 overs, 1 for 18 so far. Man on strike is Masood Haq on 5, who's faced just 2 balls so far. Got off the mark with a boundary in the fine leg region. And so healthy strike rate for both the batsmen out in the middle. Ishmael has come back to normal, down from his 285 strike rate down to 164. Masood 250.
Yes, Carl, they'll be hovering around the 9 run per over mark. They're averaging 177 per game in their 4 games of the Super 8 T20 this year. Super 8 T20 2020, that's the name of the series. Yesterday, Carl, some interesting numbers came up on the calendar. Yesterday was 10, 20, 20, 20. So 71 for 2 here in the 9th. The captain and Singh operating from the top end of the ground. Ismail is on 23. And Ismail has shot 360 so far. So big appeal, now to say umpire Joel Tukey, and Joel Tukey is not an easy umpire card to probably get one of those catch you decision. A man who's been to a lot of places around this US area and does umpiring in Trinidad and Tobago as well. So well versed.
This will be a chase here for Kissoon. Gets onto it now. Can stop a couple. And so 2 more to Hussein. And that moves him along to 25. A total of 73 on the board. Over number 9 in progress here. MMZ winning the toss earlier this afternoon, decided to have a ball. And this is well struck down the ground towards Algu in the long on region. And he comes in quickly. Very good bit of fielding, getting the ball back in quickly. And restricts the batsman to just a single. So this is Gazan and Singh's third over, 2.5 so far, 1 for 22.
So this over has gone for 4, so one of the better ones we've seen here from MMZ.
And overthrows here, and in fact the batsman not able to capitalize on the overthrow. And a lot of balls going across. And so single in the end to close out the over. 5 runs from it. It's 75 for 2 at the end of 9 overs.
So Lucena will continue. First over went for 8. Tigers, they're batting a 75 for 2. They're going at 8.3. So 9 overs gone, 75 for 2. They've lost Nazmo for 22 and they've lost Zaman for 16. Those are the batsmen out. 1 run out. And 1 wicket for Gajan and Singh. So 75 for 2. Matthew Lucena comes into the attack here. I will be bowling to Masood Haq.
So one step into the offside. So cool with the protection at deep cover. Another single then to Masood. He pushes along up to 8. And steady is this partnership so far, just 14 from it. But early days yet, another single in the offing here. They charge quickly, the throw comes in at the non-striker's end. And the scampering, Hossein just getting there ahead of the throw. A bit hesitant initially, and getting home in the end. Takes the total then up to 77.
Yeah, throw by Gajan and Singh. Had he struck the stumps, we would have probably gone upstairs. So the umpires are Amid Amadar and Joel Duki. Not to be confused with Alim Dar.
Yes, then certainly two very close names. And umpires perhaps from the same region of the world. This one is running away towards the third man region. Could be wides coming up here. And we get the confirmation now from umpire Dar. And so to add it then, score goes up to 79.
Oh, look at that. Straight down the left side and further down. And that's swept and swept as well up towards the wide fine leg area. 4 more to Ismail. He goes up to 31.
And every time that Lucena has lost the plot and gone down the wrong line, he's been punished. And again, Ismail Hussein obliges, smashes this one to the vacant backward square region. Almost a whitish fine leg. And collects 4 more, takes him into the 30s. So good understanding this time. Bit of hesitation initially, but the single was always on there, and they get through easily in the end. So looks to be the approach by Bangladesh at the moment is to just keep the scoreboard moving. Strike rotation, and then hit away the loose balls. And well done by Lucena, fielding his own bowling.
So 9 runs off this over. Consistent with what has happened here. So that could pick up another single. So that's the end of 10. It's 85 for 2 at the end of 10. 85 for 2. So Nicholas Finkel comes into the attack, bowler number 6. And Hack picks up another run, so he goes into double figures. He goes up to 10 and takes the overall score up to 86-2. So Bangladesh Tigers, having asked to bat first, they come out of Group B. They've only lost one game in this series. They've lost to Park America. They were beaten 187-156 in that game. And they scored 200 against Deccan Challengers during the course to the final. So a couple of good balls here from Tinku, a single and a dot. And Tinku joins the likes of Matthew Luchena and Gajaman Singh as the other off-spinner. Also Keith Eddy, so 4 off-spinner that we've seen so far. And so 86-2 in the 11th.
So the other division, the one team just got out, knocked out by 4.
Well struck indeed. Algu comes around. Sabatis again, just a single. So Alex Algu patrolling the long on area extremely well, making sure that the ball hit in that area for Theo stay in front of him. And so far, quite a bit of runs in that area. This one is well struck towards Keith Eddy. He gets down and keeps Sabatis to just one. The throw goes into the non-striker's end. And in the end, the batter just gets there ahead of the throw. And so 2 runs as the throw, had it perhaps been a throw, the throw actually bounced a couple of times before getting to the to Tinku rather. And perhaps had it been a more direct throw, could have had Mohammed Hack searching.
So 89-2, 4 runs in the over. Masood Hack is on 12, Ismail is on 33. We've seen a partnership of 27 so far, so projected score just about 170. But we'll have to see where they are now. 56 balls remaining.
They still some. Yeah, you're going to eat or not? Yeah.
Ball that is short. Should have done a little bit more with that one, Masood Hack.
You want me to bring something else?
So he gets a single.
Yeah.
And turns the strike over to Ismail, who's on 33 with 3 sixes and 1 4. And so it's 90 for 2 Carl in the 11.
It's still just the ball remains just 5 in the over so far. So reasonably good over from Tinku, who's first. Oh, hit well towards Bereston Reed. He can't stop it from going into the boundary. And that's 4 runs to complete the over. So 9 runs from the over. And the total up to 94 for 2. So
Yeah,
11 down.
a tough one there from Bereston. Just have to run and gather ground, and the ball is dying fast. And always, it's a little bit tricky, Carl, when you're feeling around the boundary edges. Sometimes, do you go for the catch, and do you go for the catch, making sure that you can save that or save a boundary sometimes? It's always a little bit of tough decision to make. In the end, a good looking shot off the bat of Ismail. He picks up another boundary. He goes up to 37 and takes the score up to 94 for 2.
So scoreboard
So you're watching the 2020 edition of the Commonwealth Cricket League Super 8 Final between MMZ and the Bangladesh Tigers. Bangladesh Tigers being sent in earlier as MMZ winning the toss and straight away electing to have a ball.
You wanted to light it here? It's okay.
We'll sit here.
It looks like Ricky Kissoon again has been reintroduced into the attack here. So he comes back, having bowled 2 overs previously, which cost him 16 runs. So he'll operate to Masood Hack on 13.
You put scores on, right?
So well netted area on the offside. Hack remains on 13 and 37 to Ismail.
The fielders with all the athleticism in that point region. This one is slapped away, pulled towards the deep square leg region. And the bat is crossed for a single. So one more. Moves the total along up to 95. It brings Ismail back into strike. He's on 37. Partnership now of 33 between these two.
Oh, good.
So Ricky Kassoon searching for a wicket here, trying to break this partnership and starting to gain some steam, some momentum for Bangladesh. Big hit down the ground towards Gerson Reed. He gets around to it and keeps the batters to just one.
Yeah, good over here. Just a couple of runs. We've seen 4 balls already.
Let it go a little back so that we can put everything.
So definitely this will be one of the more economical bowler, but still a couple of balls you never
Do
know.
we need anything?
Masood Haq, the man on strike, he's on 14. And playing a miss, so just still 2 runs in the over. 96 for 2.
So one ball remaining here in what's been a stellar over so far from Ricky Kassoon, based on big hit, shot up and into the trees, and so that's gone for maximum. And so with that one fell swoop, what was a good over actually ends up giving away 8, and it brings up the 100 for Bangladesh. 100 comes up inside the 12 overs to 102 for the loss of 2 wickets.
Yeah, there's a rule on the ground that if the ball hits the tree, any part of the tree, especially the limbs, it will be called a 6. So, yeah,
But the lady is well, she's certainly well positioned and making sure that she knows what's happening.
yes, sir. I mean,
Very well.
we saw it bouncing over the tape, which makes it a 4. But yeah, it was interrupted by the limbs.
She's well positioned then and knows her stuff.
Yeah. Over the years, there's a ground at Staten Island, a very small ground, but it has a very big tree. And so people who play at Staten Island know the trick. Just hit the trees. Just hit the trees. Don't even go out of the ground.
Big hit into the gap, coming around, can't get to it, and that's 4 runs. And so good start here. And already then we've seen Tinku under pressure here straight away. A powerfully struck ball into the middle wicket region.
Yeah, long hop here from Tinku, not a good ball at all. And we saw Ismail, he's a very attacking player. He's gone up to 42. And he's not going to allow one of those short pitch balls from a spinner to go by. So 106 on the board, it's 106 in the 13th over.
Partnership now 44 between these two. So again, partnership building up some steam here for Bangladesh. And this could be wide. Runs towards Kassoon at short third man. Wide is the confirmation from Joe Ducky, and so 2 more added to the total.
A good length, a better length delivery from Nicholas Tinku, but wrong line. And just allowing Ijas to really just get a bit of deflection on the ball. So a better one right outside the off stump, and score remains 108 for 2. They've lost Siddiqui for 22, and they've lost Zaman for 16.
Short delivery hammered away towards the deep fine leg region, and that's 4 more.
And Carl, when you look at the batting here for Bangladesh Tigers, they've done essentially nothing forceful. They're just allowing the bad balls to go to the boundary, and that is good batsmanship. They have not forced their way to try to hit across of any good balls, but they have really capitalized on anything loose.
And yes, Lennon, with that scoring shot, it brings up the 50 partnership between these two. 50 partnership 42 to Hussein, 24 to Masood. So really enterprising stuff between Haq and Hussein.
So 10 runs in this over so far. We're just halfway through. And they're gone up to 112 for 2. So both teams coming into the final would have only lost one game. Majestics got the better of MMZ in their league game.
So another wide.
And so MMZ would have lost to Majestic, and Bangladesh Tiger would have lost to Pac America. Worthy to be in the final. Two top teams here, 113. Ball pulled into the onside. Kelvin Prasad is out there. And so another single takes the 12th run in the over so far. It's 114 on the board.
Buys is the call. So one buy added. Score pushes up by 1 up to 115. 115 for 2. One ball remaining in this over. And that closes out the over. 13 runs from it. It's 115 for 2 at the end of 13.
Triangle is a buy. That kind of slightly double triangle is like buy.
Like that.
So you get it.
Used to the signals, right?
You're getting there.
It's not as easy anymore to kind of figure out how. Symbols. Even though when you score it in the book, you actually used to teach you to do those things. Like you put a plus for this, put a whatever for.
That's only going to be crazy.
Yeah. 3 games. That's what
Columbus, this guy has a full day.
you got a full day here.
Like you gotta go on, we gotta go on, Matogate yun. Matogate yun.
So Ricky Kisoon to finish up here. 3 overs, none for 24 so far. And so he will complete his spell bowling to Ismail Hussein. Hussein gets the ball that's staying up, hits it towards the gap in long on. They come back, they go for one, they come back for a second, and somehow they throw sort of goes up and over. And it just, Asgarali sprawled down the surface and may have taken a hit somewhere on the inner thighs. And then when you're a wicketkeeper, a very hazardous position, a lot of work, a lot of balls being thrown at you. And so Asgarali having to sacrifice the body there to keep the ball from conceding overthrows. 116 for 2. Masood comes back onto strike, he's on 25.
Yeah, as a keeper, you're exposed to a lot of body blows.
And taking another one land in the chest.
And the card, I always think that wicketkeeper doesn't have enough protection
And
in the game. Forget the helmets. I don't think it's enough.
Asgarali may have to be soaking in the Epsom salts this evening. Another single hit up into the onside.
Well, we've got 39 balls remaining, so I think he'll be counting down.
Westland is taking balls off a few off the chest. Inner thighs, diving, having to collect. It's a lot of work. standing behind the sticks and has done it for decades. As we mentioned at the top, one of the top keepers around for a very long time and still doing it at an advanced stage. 117 for 2. Over number 14 in progress here. So again, straying down the wrong line is too soon and given the treatment, and that takes Ismail up to 47, so on the verge here, Len, of crossing a personal landmark.
Yes, Carl, this is very good batting from Ismail. He has really capitalized on all the bad deliveries, and a fraction going down the left side, he'll make you pay. And so 6 runs in this over with a boundary. Ismail is up to 47 of just 29 balls. It's 121 for 2.
He uses this one into the offside for a single. So partnership continuing to blossom here. 60 on the board for the partnership. And let's take the partnership then. Let's see how many balls. Coming off 41 balls, 30. Each batsman contributing 30. In the deep, Kai takes the catch. Partnership comes to an end. And so now it's 122 for 3. And Kusun picks up a wicket here. And Masood has to go. He falls for 26.
Yeah, good catch from Kai Shaw. Judged it well. He didn't have to move a lot, but still, you have to get in a good position. And pouched one. Very important wicket here for MMZ. A blossoming partnership that has yielded 6 runs so far. Comes to an end. And Masood has to go. It's 122 for 3.
All right, so as usual, Len will have to pick up the name of the new batsman going out. So Sajid Salam, the new batsman that goes out to replace Masood. So he comes out with a total of 122 for 3. And the batsman just out. Masood Haq, he made 26 of 22 balls, struck 2 4s and 1 6. And so he is replaced here by Salam Sajid. We have just about 36 deliveries remaining. And so all the action here at Eisenhower Park. And so now Eddie comes back into the attack. Eddie bowled his first over, which cost him 10 runs. So he comes in here with Bangladesh Tigers at 122 for 3, with having been sent in earlier.
So 122 for 3. We're at the end of the 14th over. Keith Eddie comes in to bowl to Ismail. Ismail goes up to 49. If he gets 2 runs here, he will get to 50. The throw comes in, and he's a run out. 49. Ismail goes to 49. A rocket quick throw from Calvin Supersad. And it's 122 for 4.
What a strong throw, what a strong throw. And Ismail, who had been going great guns and was on the verge, had he been able to complete the double, would have crossed the half-century mark. He falls just shy with the brilliance of Kelvin Superstar from the deep. It's now 123 for 4.
Well, Carl.
Let's go with Zanga.
Yes, and the Strikers boys are here from Columbus C20, their 3rd win. Yeah, they've taken down the mighty New York Diamonds yesterday, Carl. So they're in the grounds, 123 for 4, as number 3 comes to the middle.
So we'll try to pick up the name of the new batsman that comes out here. So who's the new batsman? So if we could get the name of the new batter, that would be helpful. Okay, thank you. Ahmed Labib is the man who comes out to the middle.
So straight away he goes into strike. It's Eddie. Will come into ball to Labib. And Labib turns this one away. Gajanan Singh makes a great stop, but can't prevent a single. And a single that takes the score up to 124 for 4. This is the 15th.
Yes, Len, good work by Gajanan Singh, sacrificing the body, but just able to parry it away. Couldn't actually keep the batters from crossing for the single.
So 34 balls remaining.
Good over so far from Keith Eddy. Punched away. Andy Mohammed not able to hold straight away. And the batters complete the single.
It's Sajid Salam and Ahmed Labib. Relatively two new batsmen out in the middle. They've only faced the ball. And so you get the feeling that this game is going to play quite different now, Carl. 33 balls remaining.
Oh,
strike.
oh! And this is a one bounce into the boundary. Big strike. And a good looking shot up and over.
Yeah, good looking shot from Labib. Good timing on a delivery here. It's 129 to 4, 14.4 done. So 129 for 4. We've got 32 balls remaining, 7 runs in this over. So hammered into the onside again.
And Supersad coming around once again. This time the batters are through for a couple. And a good bit of work in the deep again by Supersad, but this time Labib able to get back for the second. And they got it comfortably in the end. Score up to 131. 131 for 4. Labib up to 7.
Yeah, 9 runs in this over. Final ball coming up. Labib is on 7. So Garrison Reed waits on the bounce, and so that completes over number 15. It's 132 for 4. 132 for 4.
Well, I said to her, enough runs that 15 are over, then pretty much I was up. 14 runs and over, which is not impossible.
So 132 for 4, 15 overs gone here at Eisenhower Park. You're watching the championship finals of the Commonwealth Cricket League's T20 Super 8. MMZ takes on Bangladesh Tigers. MMZ winning the toss early this morning and electing to have a ball. And so far, Bangladesh Tigers have put in a total of 132 for 4. Batsmen leading the charge. Mazmul, in fact, Ismail Hussain was his 49 before he was run out. Masood Haq at 26, Nazmul Siddiqui 22.
So Lotena comes into the attack, ball cut away. It's going to be a chance of a tinkle. He can't pull it back, and it goes away for 4. So good looking shot from Amin Labib, cutting and cutting well. He goes up to 12. It's 136 for 4.
And for a moment, it looked like the ball was in the air going towards the fielders. They were trying to convert it into a catch. In the end, with the English, once the ball landed, it ran away and into the boundary. Good outcome for Bangladesh.
So Labib has gone productively well. He's up to 12 from just 5 balls. This is straight down the ground. Garrison Reed is engaged. He feels well. He sets the batsman to only a single and Carl. You get the impression that Bangladesh Tigers are beginning to get on the expressway.
Yesterday were at the death, and so now they're putting a beat on it, and now Salam opts to go helmetless, goes to the cap instead, and looking to perhaps get a move on it. And just what, 28 balls remaining?
Yep, 28 balls remaining, 5 runs in the over. Lechina comes in to bowl to Salam. Salam is striking well. Gets a single. Garrison Reed has had to do a lot of work to just to save the boundary. And now chance to bring it out! The appeal comes up. Another chase up by a tall Cookie. It's all happening here at Eisenhower Park.
And what a throw from Garrison Reed. One bounce into the keeper. And in fact, Salam had to put in the dive in order to get there. And just getting there ahead of the throw. And perhaps then international cricket might have been going upstairs.
Yes, Carl. It's the dive that saved Salam Sajid. He did well to make up for a few feet. And as Garali continues to relay or to capture the returns pretty well, it's 139 for 4, 27 balls remaining.
And perhaps not the right man to challenge on that throw, but in the end, this time it's Salam 1, Garrison Reed 0. And this time ball eluding Asghar Ali. If it soon cleans up in the deep, wide is the call. And so a couple of wides added.
Yes, Carl, we've seen 12 extras so far. We've seen 3 buys, wides totaling 9, so 12 extras so far, given up here by NMZ.
5 and 6. Yeah, what's it? 40433.
Playing against a big appeal from Asghar Ali. Not out, says umpire Dar.
What's that?
Umpire Dar and Buki, the 2 Ds,
Yes.
145,
What's your name?
141 for
Smith.
4.
Smith.
And you get the impression that Asghar Ali attempts to effect a stumping on every missed delivery.
Patel.
And always on the spot to look to pick the bills.
Yes, Square Leg has had a lot of work to do. I don't think Square Leg is a big fan of Asghar Ali.
We're going to pick a ball here from Lechena, so I'm mixing it up a bit and using pace variation, trying to get ahead of the batters.
9 runs in the over, the first 3 went for 7, so he pretty much have a good comeback. He runs in out to both Labib. The ball in the vicinity of Garrison Reed, charges the ball, picks up quickly, sends the return back. Restricting the batsman from only a single call. It's 142 before.
And Garrison Reed, one of the better fielders in the outfield, not a man to generally take chances with. And this time he comes up throwing and keeps the batters to just 1. 10 off the over, 142 for 4 with 16 overs completed.
4 overs, yeah?
So 24 balls remaining, 4 overs. Where will Bangladesh Tigers ended up? The projection is showing a 167, but I think they'll probably want to get a little bit more than that. They have been averaging 177 per game, Carl, in the Super 8.
This line will perhaps be targeting 175, 180. And with 4 overs remaining, if they go 10 and over from here, then they're at 182. 9 and over would get them to about 178, 176.
So Keith Eddy, he's ball 2 overs for 20, continues and starts with a dot ball, but the ball may have eluded Asghar Ali. Couple of byes here, I think. So a couple of byes, signal from umpire Joel Goodkey, one of the best in the business.
Joel is
And always
signaling the
when you
bias,
need to
but that
get
umpire
you
is not
gotta
signaling the
ask
bias.
him, where in the country is the next assignment? Always a busy man, goes to Trinidad and Tobago during the off-season here.
Yes, Leonard, a man with vast amounts of umpiring experience, has been umpiring for more than 3 decades, or in that vicinity. And so certainly a man of tremendous experience. And of course, umpire Dar, also a very experienced umpire. That's Square Leg at the moment.
Yes, Carl, our team has really brought out the best But this final ball punched into the onside. Kelvin has been quite reliable out in the deep crowd. Kelvin, another run here to Bangladesh Tigers. They're up to 145 for 4, 22 balls remaining.
So partnership here just starting to build. 22 now this partnership on the back of one that went for 60. Big hit in the deep and take it cleanly. And it's all good, the man out in the deep. Makes it look simple. And that's the 5th wicket that falls here. It's 145 for 5. Salam goes for 3.
Yeah, very comfortable catch from Alex Algu. You're right, Carl, makes it look simple. You just have to step forward. It's one of those catches you practice before the game. That's a 145 for 5. Keith Eddy picks up his first wicket. 145 for 5.
Asif Mahmood.
Nasir Udi.
So Nasir Uddin comes to the middle. Thank you. 145 for 5. 21 balls remaining. Ahmed Labib will be the man on strike. He's on 15 cards, 145. And so Nasir Uddin comes to the middle. 21 balls remaining.
So again, 9 runs from here for over would get Bangladesh up to about 178. So anything in that 175, 180 region, it probably will take.
So chasing a white ball. So that's extra number 15 by NMZ. Whites totaling 10. Daddy so far is going at 1 for 22 off 2.3. Beats Taylor, well placed, finds the gap and runs away for 4.
So excellent position in the gap, placing the ball right in the gap between extra cover and cover point, and collects score for the effort. So good bit of batting there by Ahmed Labib, and just really picking his spot, just exploiting the gap in the outfield.
Good looking shot, finds the gap. There were a couple of men there, and the ball was able to beat both. So hammered into the onside. Algu is running around, picks up cleanly. Restricting the players to the batsman only to a single. A single that takes the score to 151. With 19 deliveries remaining, so run a ball will put them into 170. If you would want to take Carl with 19 balls remaining, they may want to go better than run a ball.
So the 150 comes up in over number 17.
So 9 runs in the over. Eddie comes into ball to Nasir Uddin. He gets off the mark at 1, will retain strike when player resumes. And at the end of 17, it's 152 for 5. 152 for 5. 18 balls remaining with Labib on 20. Uddin is on 1.
Yeah, I think so. Three overs left. Yeah, they can do 20, 25. Three overs, that's 8 and over. 8 and over would get them 24. That would get them to 176.
So 3 overs remaining, and if Bangladesh can go at 8 runs per over or better here, then they're looking at a total in the range of 176 at 8 and over. If they go 9 and over, that would get them to a total of 179, and anything better than that, with 180 plus, they have to feel comfortable with that as Kelvin Superstar comes back into the attack to finish up here. He would have bowled, in fact, 2 overs, none for 16, so you'll have 1 remaining over after this one.
So the MMZ support group gets larger by the 15 minutes. So big support group has certainly come into the ground, and the Bangladesh crew, they've brought their supporters. So
Yes, man, that Bangladeshi contingent has multiplied.
and Carl, we look very neutral. We separate the two groups.
Two camps. standing room only in the Bangladeshi tent. This one is hit into the long on region. They go for one. They think about a second, and the throw comes in. A good one again from the deep.
Yes,
Who out
sir.
there has done yeoman's work this afternoon.
Carl, they have seen Algu with his rifle throw, so they're not gonna probably want to mess with that. It's 153, 17 balls remaining. Kelvin runs into ball to Labib. Oh, good ball. Good carry straight to Oscar Ali. Can't score. Dot ball very important at this stage.
And we've seen Algu and Person Reed, both men you could say have a gun for an arm. And the balls are flying in from the deep. We saw a strong throw from Algu before that. And we also saw one from Superstar himself. This one is going up to keep Eddie, gets through him and runs away towards the boundary. They come back for a couple. And so two more runs, then to Labib takes him up to 22 and the score to 155.
Well, it started, Carl, with a very good delivery from Kelvin, but the ball was squeezed out nicely by Labib. And we saw a little bit of sloppy fielding from the man at back to point, and then a big chase by Andy Mohammed. So 4 men it takes to finish that ball.
Oh, look at that! Look at Algu looking up, and it's gone the distance. What a strike! What a strike from Ahmed Labib. A big hit. Algu thought he was in business initially, looked up, in fact came charging in, and then just watched the ball carry further and further and further up and over. Gone. Maximum. He goes up to 28.
With 14 balls remaining, that's the play Bangladesh Tiger wants. Oh, there he goes in the air. Gajan Singh. There he goes. It's gone. Gone upstairs, gone for 6. Labib goes up to 34, it's 167.
So Gajan Singh again, second consecutive delivery of fielder thought he was in business. And Gajan Singh stood, looked up, and watched, and it just went over. 167 for 5. 167 for 5 with one ball remaining here in over at number 18. And
We go live.
Kelvin Superstar under the pump here. Consecutive sixes from the 20-year-old. And he's quickly up to 34.
Yes, sir, and he holds the bat in the middle. Like all the big players do, 20 years old.
200 strike rate length, so 34 from 17 balls, hitting them 2 off each delivery he's faced so far. Slow ball in the air. Which will it be? Can't get there as Kaif, and in fact they settle for one. And so the over comes to an end. 16 from it.
Put the
It's
stats in
168 for 5.
Put the
So
stats. All those
12
stats.
balls remaining, it's 168. With 35 to Labib, 2 to Nazir Uddin, and a partnership of 23, 168 for 5.
So we understand that Labib would have played for the Silk Division in Bangladesh, so a player who has come from immense quality, no doubt, and his quality is on display here as we see him tee off against not an easy customer in Kelvin Supersad. Supersad usually sends them through at a very quick pace, and taken on by Labib, hit him, struck him twice into the onside for maximums, and so Captain and Singh comes back here at 168 for 5, 2 overs remaining. Captain and Singh looking to finish things up.
So 1 for 23 from 3 overs, Gajanan. It's 168 for 5, Labib is on strike. pulled into the onside. Barriston comes around. A bit of fumble. They come back with 2. So good start here from the Bangladesh Tigers in the 19th over call. They picked up a couple of runs. And more importantly, Ahmed Labib is on strike. He's on 37 from 19 balls.
Yes, Len has really played an important hand at the end here in these death overs for Bangladesh.
Should have done a lot more with
Well,
that
he
one.
found
But
the gap.
Cats runs.
He hits it into the gap, didn't get a boundary, but does pick up a couple. And so that takes him up to 39.
Yes, Carl missed out on a shot that he should have gotten 4 runs more. He goes up to 39, 172 for 5.
According to you, not according to Gavin and Singh, I'm sure. 172. This time he goes upstairs. Barriston Reed charges in, can't get there. And they come back for a second. So Barriston Reed was on his bicycle, trying to get his hands to it. And in the end, just falls in.
Yeah, couple of good 2-2s in this over so far. Labib goes up to 41. It's 174 for 5, 9 balls remaining. A bit of a chance there. Tough one from Barriston. He did well to even get to the ball. But in the end, 3 2s in this over so far. 6 runs off the first 3 balls of this over.
So now we have been projecting 174, 176 length with now 9 balls remaining. That projection now pushes up closer to 190. And so question is, what can MMZ do here to try to pull things back? 174 for 5.
So Gatanen comes into ball to Labib. Labib gets a wide.
And
No ball is the call.
so free, in fact, buys a no ball and then buys. And so free hit, perhaps. Free hit, in fact, no free hit in this format.
He shook it off. He said no.
No, no. I think it shoulder.
So it's an off the pitch no ball, so no free hit then.
I thought it was any no ball.
So it's 176 for 5.
Yeah, any no ball, I think.
176 for 5. Udin on strike. And a play and a miss. So Gatanen has gone for 8 in this over. 2 balls remaining. It's 176 for 5.
Oh, up in the air. Eddie backyard. It's Andy Mohammed who takes it. And so a good clean catch by Andy Mohammed. And so that's the end of Nasir. He falls for 2. It's now 176 for 6.
So Nasser Udin falls. He falls for 2, having faced 4 balls.
I know. Still in the business, huh? Alright. Good.
So 176. 7 balls remaining.
So you got to get the new batsman as usual. So Asif, thank you. Mahmoud is the new batsman. And so he walks to the middle and will be at the non-strikers end. With Ahmed Labib on 41. He'll be the man on strike with 7 balls remaining. So 1 legal delivery remaining here for Gavin Singh, who has bowled 2 for 30 up to this point.
So Labib. 1 ball remaining in this over. Oh, that's a good looking shot. Oh, gets a single call. 177 for 6. On the cricket field, if the ball strikes the stumps, you get penalty runs for the helmet. What about the stumps? Then are they going to change that rule? Or the stumps are there to protect the umpires?
Well, I see umpires now asking to be put into a box, into a little, almost like a little grill.
So 177, final over coming up. Naveed will be on strike.
Yeah. So he farms the strike on the final delivery. Let's see who will bowl this final over. Looks like it will be Prasad to finish up here. So his last over went for 16. He's bowled 3 overs, none for 32 to this point. So 1 over remaining, 177. So 6 the total on the board. And Bangladesh perhaps searching for a total of in excess of 190 from this point. So they'll be looking for 13 or better from this over.
Big swing and a miss. So a bit of minor triumph there, Carl. We've got 6 runs in this over. Run number 1 goes to Kelvin.
5 balls remaining. Sun comes out from behind the clouds here at Eisenhower Park. Not sure whom would benefit from the sun being out here or what signal that might be sending. There's Super Sad. And this time it's getting through, getting by Asghar Ali and running away towards the boundary. Ricky Kassoon gives chase. Buys is the call, and it's gone all the way. So 4 buys, Asghar Ali not able to collect. Total pushes on up to 181, and so at least 9 runs and over will be the chase for MMZ when they take their turn at the wicket. 21 extras contributing to the total here for Bangladesh.
So this is the premier division of CCL, Commonwealth Cricket League. Oh, down the left side towards fine leg, and it goes away for 4. So not a boundary here. This time off the bat of Labib, it's 185.
So Labib in quick time is closing in on a half century. Already up to 46 from just 26 balls. Has struck 2 sixes, two towering sixes, and 4 fours. And still 3 balls remaining here from Superside. 8 off the over so far. 185 for 6.
So this over has gone for a dot, has gone for 4 buys, and gone for 4 runs. They've got 3 balls remaining to 185. Calvin runs into ball to Labib. Labib is pulling well, ties the cap, and it goes over the tape. Well, in fact, it's gone 1 bounce.
That does bring up his 50 goal line. It brings up 50. It comes in style here. Very well played. And Labib from just 27 balls, 2 sixes, 5 fours, he crosses the half century mark.
Yeah, we've seen a batting display from the young Ahmed Labib. We understand he's only 20 years old.
And would have played in the Sylhet division in Bangladesh. So clearly an individual who would have shown a lot of promise at a very young age.
26 minute 50.
And capitalizing here with a brilliant hand in the lower half for the Bangladesh Tigers.
So Calvin off a long run, just inside the 30-yard circle. Runs into ball to Labib. Labib is on 50, runs in the ball, and he gets the ball outside the off-step. A big swing and a miss, and it goes through to Asghar Ali. 189, 1 ball remaining.
Last delivery of the innings. The most they could probably take this up to is 195. And the question is, can Supersad prevent 195?
So Labib on strike, he's on 50. Here's Calvin, a slow ball, worked into the onside. Gavin and Sings will come around. They cross for 1, they come back to 2. And usually in the last ball call, you run until you get run out. So it's 100 and what we got here?
191.
So yeah, 191 off 120 balls. And so Bangladesh Tigers, they finished 191.
And so the run chase will require just 9.5. 9.5 will be the run chase by MMZ if they should emerge victorious. They'll need 192 from 20 overs as the applause goes up from the Bangladeshi camp as Labib comes not out. A brilliant hand. 52 from 29 balls, 2 sixes, 5 fours. 179 strike rate, and he rightly gets the applause from the Bangladeshi team. So we'll take a pause here and return for the run chase with Bangladesh looking to defend 191 when MMC takes their turn at the wicket.
But I think this chase is gonna be a good chase. I think so.
Well, it better be something.
What did I say? I said at least 180, 180 something.
No. What?
Yeah, them guys they gotta fire though.
What's the final?
191.
192 for win.
What?
10 runs
A
and
lot of
over.
runs.
Well, I did say 200 at first, right?
Yeah, he did. You know?
And you gave them 174 at least. So
Yeah.
they're above expectation right now.
Beat expectation.
It turned out to be a little bit warmer than I expected.
Could have been worse.
But at first it looked like he wasn't going to be able to get through this game.
No, boy, when I wake up, boy, I saw that the thing was
It was really overcast and gloomy.
Yeah, I was nervous.
I watched the same thing. I didn't want to bring the stem.
Oh.
They said Columbia out there. I didn't want
No, rain all day tomorrow. No, that's what they said. It's coming tonight at about 11. And it's going to continue to tomorrow all day.
Hurricane.
Yeah.
Delta.
Yeah, this Delta.
Yeah.
Giving a little bit of a whiplash. Want some water? You want water? You have water?
You need water?
On the job.
Hey, water here? Yeah, there's water here.
No, I'm good.
They're nearby. You gotta keep the commentators
Thank you, sir.
throat moist.
Juiced up.
Don't worry, I got a little notepad in my head. I'm just taking some notes as you guys go by, man. Yeah?
Which drum you close to?
223. I'm in Rosedale.
I heard the kids were at
I went to Baisley yesterday and watched the game.
What happened? Did you wait to the end?
No,
There was a big
no,
fight.
I didn't wait to the end.
It was like a big fight or something.
Again? Listen, I heard the police, somebody was telling me that the police, what we were talking about, not 2 weeks ago. That there was some team that was going to play and had created some problems the week before.
Oh yeah, that's a softball, yeah.
And they were going to come out 2-3-3, but
Yeah,
they have the eye on them.
yeah. All that happened.
They did win. Yeah, they did go there and play.
And the park people were there,
But I went there and I was watching the game, and the game was going pretty good. The guys were hitting a lot of sixes.
Yeah.
I think those guys the softball guys get a hard time though because a lot of fighting does fall.
There's a lot of honorable betting.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing they were saying.
All that they get reported on. So we can't prove that.
Yeah. And they had me on the hook yesterday anyway, so.
You are going to eat anything?
Yeah, I am.
You know what I mean? She had me on the hook yesterday. She was off, so you know how that goes. I stole her way to the ground, and the next thing you know, my phone is ringing.
You're coming back to presentation.
Yeah,
Right? Okay, so you can follow them.
yeah. They are live and we have. How is it like 15 minutes?
The car. This is not the same ground by the where they used to play.
The golf course?
Golf course.
The golf course going I think it's on, yeah, I think it's on that side, yeah.
I went over there today.
Huh?
Yeah, and I'm like,
Yeah, it's a me brand of cook up.
jerk,
Lord.
jerk, alright?
Yeah, alright,
Jerk.
alright.
Give this gentleman one.
Yes, I'm getting one.
Alright, what are you
In fact,
doing?
Ariel put out a step
Oh,
on.
respect
Come
for
on.
that.
Yeah, this is Guyana beans and rice.
Okay.
Ariel Kendall's probably not married for once. He's not married.
Sure?
Yeah, man. You want that?
Am I ready to go?
Tell him.
Go! See, like him out the ready.
Not the thing, really.
Thank you.
Alright, what's this thing?
Sit down, man. Sit down.
I'll tell you how much I sit all week. I don't mind. I didn't even bring my chair. I think so. You know what? I want to see how spicy this thing can be.
That
No, I don't believe you. Trust me.
Guys, you want something? Wait, something?
Oh no, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah, thank you.
You can't go with covered
You gotta go a little bit
yeah,
more
you
you can handle,
can't
man.
go with no.
So hold on, I should leave some on the side.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man,
that's why you put it at the side. You gotta handle what you can.
and test it, see how it look before you go in.
Yeah, man.
But you know me, I always go dive straight on in. You know?
Man, dive in straight.
Yeah, how they were fighting. I was following the game.
Where are the umpires?
And
I don't know.
all of a sudden, the man hit the six on the game stick. So I was telling the guys that we were sitting, me, Ravi, Shahid Shazad, because they dropped him for the game, so he was following the thing. So we were sitting there. At
So where were you guys?
Huh?
Where were you guys?
I went to Whitestone with a party.
Oh.
I went to go see match, they don't have a scorer, I scored to the club.
Oh.
So I was hanging out with them. Well, we knew something was wrong. I was just sad because it, you know, in this one, a 6 brings big this season.
But when they play at that park, there cannot be a dispute about 6.
Which one?
Over there by Gateway.
Nah.
The park is already
Yeah, but this
fenced
ground,
in.
this thing was at Beasley.
Yeah.
Oh, the one. Okay.
But what is the thing? Because Beasley have the roof, so there shouldn't be a dispute there either.
Yeah, you know. I don't know if that what caused it, but the thing didn't update forever.
You know something was wrong.
You would think the man scoring would probably put a little comment in somewhere. I might know what.
Yeah, I know. I know.
You hit the cheap.
That's a good score.
Yeah.
How many games did I lose for that?
Unless you have no ball in the top.
Well, for one thing you know, they don't feel that strong.
Who's that artist? That name?
This is a girl named Savita Singh.
You from where?
I thought she was from Trinidad, but last night I saw something and they say she's not any, but I don't know. This is Savita Singh. What they do, a lot of these Chinese singers now, they're singing with like, you see this lady here? This could be Alison Hines. They're doing a lot of covers with Alison Hines and these soca artists just to give the song a little push.
The crossover appeal.
Yeah. Do a lot of little things with Alison Hines and then you're the Trinidad and big singer. Savita Singh. She just dropped the form, she's a hot chick.
Savita?
Well shaped, personally and dance and stuff, even entertainer.
Now I gotta go look for her.
Yeah,
See what's going on. You know, Mike, we gotta go check it out. See what's doing.
Just let me know. We gotta follow up with the next. I think we're off restriction. Are we off restriction?
I think so.
Hey Carl, when you were coming, you saw that they had a Trump
I didn't see personally, but somebody was telling me about it.
I was driving behind him to the school, like the whole thing, though. They had a big, like,
Yeah,
drive-by.
they've been doing a bunch of these call it rallies, little small thing all over. They were running Green Acres Mall yesterday.
I know. I heard about it.
Yeah, I
I was behind the whole procession.
I'm wondering if this guy can really pull this thing out. The numbers is not looking good for him, but boy, I see a lot of people all around, like, you know, even in New York, which is like a Democratic state.
Everybody says
It's gonna be a black.
it looks like you might take it.
One man, take it again.
Hey boy, let me tell you. You don't understand. Saying your Trump supporter doesn't go down well.
It's not popular.
Why?
So people still go
A lot
out,
of
they
people
don't
at
say.
work and stuff like that, rather criticize him but on voting day,
They vote for him too.
it's one of those, like, it's not a good
Start now.
right now it's not a good thing to like
They should start now.
yeah.
6 o'clock.
You know, they break it back.
Yes, start very quickly.
Yeah.
Yes, start very quickly. Yeah.
Remember the last time the poll showed
Yeah, by a lot. Yeah, you're right. Last year, not last year, when the 2016 election was going on, me and him was in Texas.
Yeah.
And boy, every time that a little news comes through, yes, Trump win one more state.
Yeah.
One more state. And suddenly we're like, whoa, what is going on?
Hillary already had
Yeah, man, Hillary was,
balloon delivered.
yeah, man, champagne delivered in other campaign headquarters. Oh my God.
Balloons coming in.
Yeah, man.
The celebration party moving in.
Man, they might be a transition team all picked out and every man get them letters notifying them that, hey, you're on the transition team. Ah, their thing was done and dusted.
But to no avail.
And every time I hear an update, oh, Trump has won Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
We've now put Ohio in Trump's column. I was like, oh my God, what is going on? Man, clean
Florida.
sweeping.
Florida was another one.
Oh my God, man was clean sweeping all those, that central block.
But this election, I don't think will be declared on November the 3rd with all this story.
Listen, all this hype that he's creating about if you don't win, he's going to go to the Supreme Court. So you think this?
I think so.
I think it's all a gimmick.
Well, he's going to put that lady on. So if anything go there, he'll have a 6-3 majority
Yeah.
in his favor.
See, people, with this whole Supreme Court thing, a lot of people, we don't know how politics go, say, oh, nice or wrong, all that politics. Straight, bro. There's rules to this thing, and there's also rule how you play, how you manipulate the process. Nothing wrong with that. That's why you're fighting for have it done before the election.
What's inside this thing? Like, what's in here? You know?
I give you that. You didn't give me that actually.
Something special.
Gotta make sure, man, I'm not really
I
giving
don't.
it.
I don't. Indian people, they don't. They're Muslim, they do beef, but they don't.
Not even halal.
Yeah, halal.
You get to get some napkins, right?
Right here, Mike. There's nothing right here.
Oh, good. You know, it's funny. I was actually in Garden City today. And I said, wait a second, where am I? That's Stewart Avenue. Let me post Stewart Avenue come down because I said Stewart run right into the park. Yeah.
What was going on in Garden City?
Strangely enough, that's where my bank is.
Oh, for real?
M&T.
Oh.
There are not too many
You know
branches
that
around.
I'm a M&T customer.
You are? But they don't have too many branches around.
I end up going to the one on Madison Avenue in the city anytime I need to go.
There's
You
one on
have to
20
take at the
something. There's
park.
one on 20 something street too. Downtown.
Yeah, man.
And then,
Yeah, man.
and then there's one on
Madison,
2nd Avenue too.
right over in the what do you call that here right now? What do you call over there?
I'm not fact, there's a college down here, right?
Yeah, we used to work over there like right after
9/11?
9/11, yeah.
Yeah?
20, we worked on 28th
28th
Street.
or 28th Street or somewhere around
Yeah,
there.
we worked on 28th Street between like Park and Madison.
Okay.
And the bank is around the corner. Like it's on, I want to say it's on 27. No, I think it's actually on Madison, but I think it's between 27.
It is on Madison, yeah.
Yeah. That's the bank I go to.
Okay.
When I have to go there. When I have to go in and like talk to a person.
Yeah, there's another branch right here on 2nd and 50, 57, 58, 56, 55, somewhere around here. In the 50s on 2nd Avenue.
Yeah, but you're right. There's very few, and that's why I end up with bank.
M&T.
I didn't even know there was one out here.
But here's the problem with this bank. If you have a card and you wanna pay the bill, they don't allow you on their site to do an external transfer from your bank to their card account. That's how that bank is. So it used to piss me off because now I said, wait a second, why am I driving to the branch, go find a branch and go put money in the bank? Just so I can,
Yeah.
and that's not even my bank.
So like a money making thing.
And the end garden.
So,
Good.
you got to run anything up?
Yeah.
You didn't plug it in? Still good, they are good. Huh? Sorry, bye. Sorry. Give me a call if anything goes, okay? So mix up properly over the make it color. Every over scorecard, something, put it. Okay? I'll get a monitor if possible.
Okay.
We'll be back in.
You need anything?
I put mine to charge.
You have the power bank? You have?
Oh, he took it.
Oh man.
Oh, you took it with him?
Well, I have 50. I think I can do this game. 50?
I have 35. I'm going to charge 35.
All right, so
Boost left in that thing.
we're back with the action. 192 required at 9.6 per copy. So 9.6 per over. 120 balls. The batsman out in the middle. Andy Mohammed, the captain, and Gashan Singh, the Guyana first-class player, who is in good form, good nick. And Andy Mohammed, former U.S. national team player. So two important batters out in the middle for MMZ. Bangladesh will be looking to defend 191. The hardware is polished up and looking pristine on the table to our left. That's what's on offer, and that's what's at stake. So 192 to get at an asking rate of 9.6.
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
I hope they make it through the song.
So Nasruddin has been given a ball. So he'll start the proceedings. Gashan Singh will be the man on strike. 192 to get from this next 120 deliveries at an asking rate of 9.6.
Yes, Carl, if you're a bowler, you'll be quite happy that the team requires 9, almost 10 and over. So the stage is all set. Gajan and Singh will be on strike. And here we go. So off the back foot, solid looking shot, straight up towards the offside. Can score. So it's 192, 192 to win from 119 balls.
I had to say hi to them because
Sure.
they said they don't see us supporting them.
You gotta show your face, you know.
So 2 left-handers out in the middle. The ball outside the off stump, a fan. A bit of fan there from Gajan and Singh, as was Siddiqui, the man behind the stumps. And so they're asking almost 10 runs and over.
And then we talked earlier about the quality of Ijaz Asgarali behind the stump for MMZ. Nazmul Siddiqui is also a quality wicketkeeper and a man who we used to see behind the sticks for quite some time. And his quality certainly has come to the fore on multiple occasions. So no degradation there in terms of the wicket keeping between these two teams.
Oh, good carry from this delivery. Good delivery so far from Nasser Uddin. He started with 4 dot balls. This is a good start here from Uddin.
4 on the trot, and just like that, they've reduced the resources available to MMZ to 116 balls. It's still the same number of runs to try to get. Gajanan has had a couple of good looks, but yet to be able to get off the mark. Up and running now, up and running. 1 bounce into backward square. Gajanan off and running.
Yeah, good looking shot on the left stump and just hoist away with all the ease in the world. And the big rupture erupts in the MMZ camp. Expect a lot more cars. 4 on the board.
Yes, and a full contingent of broad-based support in the MMZ camp. Players and families all gathered together and behind the 2 batters out in the middle. First extra here, it's a wide, and already led even before the umpire signals, the entire players' pavilion saying wide.
Yeah, they really know their game, and they follow the teams on both sides, and they've made it to the last 2. Who will lift the goal this afternoon? The ball into the offside, can score. Not a bad start here from Uddin, 5 on the board.
Labib well positioned out in the offside, and that takes the over to an end, 5 off it. It's 5 for none with 192 required, and so 187 more than are needed. Asking rate already up to 9.8, and so for every over that ticks over then where at least 9.8 or at least 10 runs aren't scored, the run rate is only going to inch higher. And so pressure on MMZ to keep a steady account of the asking rate right from the outset. 5 for none after 1. So Lisan Chowdhury, the captain, he will continue the attack here. And so he will be bowling to Andy or Asadeen Mohammed. We all know him as Andy, the captain. So captain to captain here, 5 for none. An ambitious looking drive from Andy Mohammed, looking to go up and over extra cover. This time doesn't make contact. And hear all the oohs and ahs going up around the ground. It's either you hit or I miss.
So good start here from Lisan. So Mohammed gets off the mark, easing him.
Yeah,
Ball
gets
outside
through.
the off stump.
Squeezes it through a very tight little gap in the outfield. And the gets away. He's up and running himself, Andy Mohammed, and sweeps away with a couple.
Yes, Carl, Andy Mohammed and Gajanan will have to feature here prominently. They're known for their batting abilities, and when you look at the required runs to get, it's 185. They will have to put something on the board here to give the others a good chance of overhauling 191. They're going to miss again. So we've seen good bowling here from Udine, and now we've seen relatively good start here from Lisan. He's only given up 2 in 3 balls.
Yes, man. We've seen Andy Mohammed with a couple of ambitious looking drives, still yet to be nibbling the ball just yet. And good bowling so far from Lisan Chowdhury.
So taking on the pad, everyone appealing. Score remains on 7, and Carl, over the years, the appeal in cricket has really, the appeal for a leg before, for example, has always been a very brief one. How's that? How's this umpiring? And that has been some of the language that has been used in cricket to make it brief and to the point.
Yeah, seen that change over time though, Len, where they've got to a point where there was a concerted appeal, or you call it like an embellished appeal, and it got to the point where the International Cricket Council actually changed the rules to where excessive appealing can now cost players portions of their match fees and things to that extent. So they tried to curb the behavior of over appealing or essentially badgering the umpires. And so to this point, we've seen the appeals get a little bit more controlled, a little bit more curtailed, and perhaps a little bit less excessive. Oh, gone! And that's the end of Andy Mohammed. He slaps it right into the hand of backward point, and so he falls for 2. It's 7 for 1. A big early strike by Bangladesh.
Do you know who took the catch?
Well, the captain was bowling.
Who took the catch?
Masood?
Just caught on bowl for now, we will probably have to change.
We'll ask the game building, right?
Catch taken at backward points, and you'll pick up the fielder who took the catch there. Could have been Asif. So Masood Ha took the catch.
Yeah, Sajid.
So Sajid Salam that actually took the catch there, and so Sajid Zaman. Oh, Salam Sajid who took the catch. All right, so we'll get it started. We're in the camp with fielders not easily identifiable. Only a few with numbers on. So looks like it's Nasir to continue. In the air, and this one is gone up and over by Gautam Singh, gone for maximum. And a clean strike up and over. Deep extra cover.
That's a good looking shot from Gajanan Singh, apparently showing Andy how it's done sometimes. So good looking shot from Gajanan, commanding shot. Score goes up to 13 for 1. Gaju goes up to 10. And Nasiruddin first of all went for 11. In fact, the first of all went for 5. He started not too well here for Bangladesh Tigers. Ball turned into the onside. Running up towards the mid-wicket boundary. Pila comes around. And a couple of good runs here for Gato. He goes up to 12 and 15 for 1.
And Gajanan Singh quickly inside the line of the delivery, forced it in the gap between mid-wicket and deep backward square. And a man coming around quickly, came very quickly around and actually prevented the ball from going into boundaries, so saved 2 runs in the process. But Gaja up into double figures, he goes up to 12. 15-1 the total.
On the onside here for Gatton and Singh is the shorter side. So he goes quickly up to 12. Oh, look at that. Oh, the offside. That is closing away for 4. What a shot there from Gatton and Singh. He goes up to 16. It's 19-1.
And Gaza looks to be in peak form at the moment. And hitting the ball squarely out of the middle of the blade. And what timing from Gajanan Singh. And often when you watch Gajanan Singh batting, doesn't look like he's exerting a lot of force or swinging very hard at shots, but the ball comes off the bat with such timing that it goes away and goes a long way into the distance often. And he can hit them on the ground, he can hit them over the tape. Either way they come. Quality batsman and his quality on display here.
So Odin has gone for 12 in 3 balls. Oh, look at that.
Oh! And again, Len, we talked about just the timing that he has and just how he places the ball, just using the pace of the delivery and just timing the ball so well into that vacant gap. Long leg, no chance. 4 more to Gajanan, 16 off the over. And these last 4 deliveries have gone 6, 2, 4, and 4. 23-1. Gadja on the go.
Yeah, good looking shot again. Ball sliding down the left side. We're still in the power plays. And Gajan and Singh has feasted on what has been offered here by Nasser Uddin.
And the 2 men outside the circle, deep backward square and deep backward point. And so those are the 2 individuals outside for these for the power play. And Gajan and Singh taking advantage early on and really taking a liking to Uddin.
Oh, it's eluded. Salam running up towards the backup point boundary, and it goes away for 4. So this over, we've seen 6, 2, and 3 consecutive 4s. So Gajanan goes up to 24.
So 20 off the over so far, and Gajanan Singh looking to target Nasser Uddin here, perhaps early on. And that, in fact, what that does then is then bring the run rate down into a manageable range where they can then look to attack. So even if they get bogged down with some tight overs in the middle, the start in the power play would have at least put them ahead and to balance out the run chase.
So the MMZ fan base, they've got a ringside seat.
Down the ground, this time well stopped at mid-on, and a can't score. And so good bit of work by mid-on to keep the ball on the square. That completes the over. 20 from it. It's 27-1 with 3 gone.
Everything moving.
Right in the middle, yeah.
What's that, 2 overs?
3.
So 3 overs gone, 27 on the board. Alex Algu. You know, watched a lot from 22 yards. He has watched a complete domination by Gajanan Singh off the bowling of Uddin. And now it's his turn, Carl, to face Lisan Chaudhary, who trying to get as much polish as he can from the white ball, and a man who's leading the charge here today. So he brings a couple of fielders towards the offside. So it appears to be a packed offside field for Alex Algo.
Yes, Len, and the 2 men out are a man at deep third man, and then there's a man at deep backward square. Those are the 2 out in this power play.
So he gets a good delivery, has to fend off. So Bangladesh Tigers attired in their green and black, green and dark trousers. Of course, the boys in MMZ, red and black.
Yes, man, the familiar colors, the familiar red top, black trousers, MMZ. Steered away. This time through the gap, squeezes it through and to the boundary. Just exquisitely placed, and it's gone away. And so Alex Algu up and running.
Yeah, good looking shot, just punching it a little bit. Now once it beats the ring, gonna run away for 4. This is the shortest side of the boundary. And players have figured that out already.
It takes a lot of skill though to get it in that gap line. In fact, well reinforced outside field in that area between short third man, backward point and cover point. And found that gap just precisely with precision, just right through the gap and up and away. So 31 for 1, 3.3 overs gone, and here's Chowdhury. Big hit up to the offside, gone, one bounce into the boundary, I'll go on the goal, and that's 4 more.
Yeah, that's a lovely looking shot of Dave beating the infield. And Albu is gonna target this offside. It's not it's the shortest side. And he will have to, Lisa Chowdhury will have to factor that into consideration. So 35 for 1 as the MMZ supporters just wanting to show the viewers that we are here supporting the boys.
And sure, then they have to make sure that the camera finds them, or that they find the camera as opposed to the camera finding them. And so lots of support here at this time. Back and across, punching up into the offside, can't beat backward point this time. And so now a change in the deep, and in fact now 3 men are outside the circle.
So 8 in the over so far. We've seen a couple of boundaries, all off the bat of Alex Albu.
Where is it? Oh, the man out in the deep actually came in from deep backward square.
Big play on the miss. And so it goes through to Siddiqui. That completes over number 4. It's 35 for 1.
There's a bridging that's way out, but he actually is not a fielder. Yeah. Way out on the fence. We're back to the straight.
Thank you. So Masood Haq comes into the attack, replaces Nasruddin here. And so Haq will continue the attack.
Yes, Carl. Nasruddin ball 2 also 25, so you know a change was going to come. And it comes in the form of Masood Haq. So it looks like spin.
So 9.8 so is still the asking rate. So MMC right on the asking rate, right at the outset. So no doubt a lot of that attributable to the big over that Gatinan took off of Nasir. Caught at the wicket, so Gatinan has to go. Loud appeal, he went big, didn't get hold of it, and so he falls. It's 35 for 1. Jackson Singh looking to go over the top. A big wicket here for Bangladesh, and he falls to 24.
Yeah, perfect start by Masood Haq. He's taking off Gatinan Singh out of the equation. And all of a sudden it's 35 for 2 as Nicholas Chinku walks in at number 4. So 35 for 2. Big strike here from Bangladesh Tigers. So 35 for 2, Nicholas Chinku comes out to join Alex Albu. And Carl Masood Haq, you can't ask for something better than that. He has thrown the ball asked to keep it tight, but guess what? He comes up with that and saying 35-2.
And if you're Masood Len, you want to end your test career right here. Just hit right now. Can only go downhill from here. 1 ball, 1 wicket. And so Masood Ha will be operating to Nick Chinku with MMC at 35-2. They need 192, and so 157 more required from 95 balls. Asking rate just under 10 and over the ask. And so MMZ will need to either bat around an individual, and they'll need a couple of meaningful partnerships. Bangladesh, on the other hand, just needs to be picking up wickets or keeping things economical. As the run rate escalates, as the asking rate escalates, pressure builds on the chasing team. And as we've said all the time, Len, runs on the board are runs on the board. They can put pressure on any team in a run chase, and 191 is a meaningful total. Flipped away into the onside, and he's up and running. He crosses for 1. They'll come back for the second. In fact, they think about 2, and they settle for 1. So only 1 in the end, and so he gets off the mark with a single.
Yes, sir. Every run will count, and once you probably get the ball in the deep areas, you've got to look forward, looking for 2. A bit of fumble could have you coming back quite quickly. 36-2. Alagoon been impressive in the last over.
Got to look to put pressure on the fielders, though, Len, and so when the ball goes up in the deep, have to try to apply some bit of pressure.
So Masood Haq has made a very good start. He's picked up a wicket. He's only given up a single in the over. And relative to that, he seems to have really put Bangladesh Tigers back, put a little break on the scoring.
So ball in the air for a bit. Doesn't carry all the way. So score remains at 36.
The ball cut away.
Protection low. Back to bracket points.
There's still a very good over here from Haq. He's only conceded 2. The asking rate has gone to 10.2. They're going at 7.6. So Chinku takes a single off the last ball. That completes over number 5. And after 5 is 38-2. 38-2.
So you're watching the 2020 renewal of the Commonwealth Cricket League Premier Division Super 8 T20 series. It comes down to the final game between MMZ and Bangladesh Tigers. MMZ Metamirzov. And they come up here against a formidable opponent in the Bangladeshi Tigers. The Tigers won the toss. In fact, MMZ won the toss earlier this afternoon and decided to have a bowl. And so Bangladesh inserted, posted 191 for 6 from their allotment. And in response, MMZ are batting at 38 for 2 with 5 overs completed. So Lissan Chaudhry to continue the attack. And so he has bowled so far, 2 overs, 1 for 10. And so he'll bowl here to Nick Chinku on 2. Has faced just 2 balls. Has been out in the middle for some time, but has not had the benefit of a lot of the strike. And this time he's steering this one up to a point. Can't beat the man posted there. And so the score remains at 38. The pressure is going to start to build here on these batters as the bowlers apply pressure.
So Chinku so far, his highest score in the series has been 33 against the Royal Knights. And he also got a 22 against Majestics. Good delivery here from Lissan Chaudhry. Couple of dot balls, so he started well in this over. MMZ, this series car, they come out of Group A. I would have only lost to Majestics and have been averaging 149 runs per inning. So they're chasing. They got 204 as the highest score against Punjab. Lisan Chaudhary first of all went for 3. And he started well here.
Beat cover, and so the good bowling of Chaudhary continues. Has only conceded 10 runs so far. Has bowled some 15 deliveries, and so he has kept things relatively tight and has picked up an important wicket out of Andy Mohammed. Down the track and looking to go over the top is Tinku. Misses the ball completely.
Yeah, pressure on Nicholas Tinku has been playing a very rash shot. 3 dot balls, and now the 4th one becomes a good ball here from Lisan Chaudhary. He's bowled well in this over.
Yeah, he's bowled well in his entire spell. 2.4, just 10 conceded.
And he's bowling to a real fat offside field. It's going to be something special to beat the offside field. 5 dot balls in a row. And Nicholas Tinku remains on 307 balls.
So Bangladesh with wind in their sails, looking to emerge victorious here in this championship final. Taking on the helmet, and we get the leg by confirmation from umpire Joel Dutti. And when does the concussion protocol get applied here now? So ball up into the outside, and the over comes to an end. It's a maiden over.
Yes, Carl, that's the old boxing rule comes into play. The referee just makes sure that you can count. He puts up the first finger, and you say 1, he puts up the second one, you say 5, you say it's over.
So maiden over for Lisan Chaudhary. 3 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 10. Only run conceded in that over was a leg by, which doesn't count against the bowler. And so a good over from the captain, leading from the front, and doing exceptionally well here for the Bangladesh Tigers. 6 overs gone, so the power play is ended. And so we're ready here to continue. Looks like Masood will continue. Masood Haq, 1 over, 1 for 2. In fact, 1 for 3 from his first over. So he'll continue the attack. He'll bowl to Nick Tinku. Tinku just took one off the drill. See if that impacts him at all here. Oh, cleaned him up through the gate, and then maybe the concussion protocol should have been applied as Tinku goes very next ball.
Yeah, Masood Haq continues to bowl well, and he's picked up his 2nd wicket here. 2 for 3 so far. Tinku goes with 39 for 3.
So the wheels seem to have come off here for Better Mirzad as Tinku falls to 2, and so he is replaced by Bereston Reed. And he got a word of advice from Gasoline Singh as he made his way out into the middle. And a huge task here required for MMZ and Bereston Reed, who's a talented batsman. The question is this ask a bit too much even for him and for his talents? He joins Alex Algu, and they'll need to settle down here and try to at least get a partnership up and going. Otherwise, Bangladesh looks like they're going to run a rough shot here. They're on the charge and playing very stellar cricket at the moment. So while there's a break in the action, I want to say good afternoon to the strikers players on the ground. The likes of Shiv Sangalima, Richard Ramdeen, Avo Singh, Bhaskar Yatram. They've won all 3 games on the trot in the Columbus C20. And taking down one of the big teams that were favored to feature. I want to say good afternoon to the Strikers, the boys of Strikers. They've done exceptionally well advancing in that particular tournament.
Yes, Carl, they took down the New York Diamonds, of course, which is the Somerset Cavaliers team yesterday by 1 run. So Hack will come into bowl to Alex Algu. Algu steers it up towards backward point, can't score. So the pressure on this game at the moment on MMZ. They still require 152 from 81 balls.
Oh, Algu tees off, gone for maximum there first. Alex Algu gets one that he can handle.
Yes, Carl, Algu will have to play a big hand here in MMZ. Is to get the remaining 146 runs from 80 balls. He's going to be a key man here. He's a top talent. And now that he has lost the likes of Gazan Singh and of course Ali Mohammed and Chinku, he will have to put his foot down and really play a responsible knock. He's up to 15.
Looking to tee off again. This time doesn't get a hold of it. Just enough to get a single out to the deep as Laviv, the man posted out there. And so he takes one. Keeps his total moving along up to 16. Brings Gerson Reed back onto strike.
And Carl Gerson Reed, he's a seasoned campaigner, having played for Westbury at one time and now with Queens United.
The Senators also have played with Lucas over the years, a former Jamaica Defense Force man out of the island of Jamaica. And the man they call Stella, certainly quality player, joins Algu. They'll need to put together a partnership of some substance if they're to get close to this total of 192. They're 144 away with just 78 balls remaining. And so the asking rate has gone up over 11. So 11 runs for over now the ask. And so question is, can they stay in touch enough with the asking rate to make an assault perhaps towards the latter portion of their innings? They still have 7 wickets in hand, and Asif Mahmood comes into the fray here. So he'll pick things up and continue the attack. He'll be bowling to Gerson Reed. Reed on 2. So here is Asif. Short. And wide is the call from umpire Dookie. And so he starts to the wide, testing the deck straight away. Gerson Reed just electing to just duck under it.
So a lot of signals to the dressing room. You see Garrison wants some bit of help and also Alex wants some bit of help.
Well, straight away he asked for the box then. Would have gone out there without the box to begin with. So Gerson Reed now looking to guard the family jewels. And so not sure what he would have been thinking at the outset, going without it, but has made up for that, I guess, that transgression, and so he's back with the action. 49 on the board for 3. We're at over number 7. In fact, over number 8 about to get on the way. Still not a legal delivery register yet. Here is Asif Mahmood. And this one will bring up the 50. This will bring up 50 for MMZ. The leg by is the call, and so with the leg by, 50 comes up. 50 comes up in the 8th over.
So 50 on the board. Alex Algu is on 16. So a lot of activities in between the overs. You see the 12th man, Rajiv Dionarain, quite busy getting the boys refreshed. You know, see, we also saw Carl, our good friend here, Akib Mahmood, the little boy that is helping us getting the names of the players. So,
Or the youngster.
yeah, oh, good pace here from Asif. And we don't have a speed clock here, Carl, but that one is probably what, 135?
You can really get people
130, definitely 130 plus, you would think. He looked like he was singing off the deck. So, good bit of pace from Asif.
Yes, Carl, I saw him in the junior US trials, and he's a good prospect. He could end up bowling a lot quicker than he is now.
And look where Nazmul is then. Nazmul is fielding at the 30-yard circle. And it could be Baez here, in fact, and still as far back as he was, still not able to keep the ball from getting by. And so that perhaps underscores the pace at which Asif Mahmood is bowling at the moment.
Carl, he's bowling what? Around the wicket? Is that where he's bowling from? Let's take a look. I think he's bowling around. Yep.
Oh! Down the track and looking for the fences. And might have gotten the inside edge, and it's gone to fine leg. And he gets 4 for the effort, but not in control, Thurston Reed.
Sure.
He gets 4 runs though for the so it's productive in the end.
Yeah, Carl, he came down. Thurston wanted to hit that out of Long Island. 55 to 3 in the 8th over.
And I think Lenny perhaps recognizes that they'll have to go, they'll have to get a move on. It's still at 11 and over, and so looking to get a beat on things. And another wide perhaps coming here. And in fact, another wide is confirmed.
Yeah, I think that's a very good call from Joel Duke, the umpire. There's no way a batsman could have probably reached that.
And in fact, it was confirmed by umpire Ahmed Dar, who was at square leg, was giving the signal to umpire Duki that in fact he had gone over the height of the batsman, and so he got the warning for the one bouncer in the over down the leg side. This will run away for wides here, and it's gone. In fact, leg by is the call, and so leg by is productive for MMZ, and that adds 4 more.
So we've got 12 runs in the over so far. Asif Mahmood Carl will only be responsible for 2. Am I right?
I think you are right. Leg buys and buys have contributed the rest. Actually, no, he did give up a boundary that came off the inside edge of Bereston Reed's bat that went down into the final region. I do have 1 ball remaining in the over. We have 1 ball remaining. We got a couple of wides in this over actually. And so 1 legal delivery still remains in over number 8.
Who?
2 wides in the over. First ball is a wide.
60 for 3.
60 for 3.
At the end of 8. 60 for 3. 5 balls. Sorry, Joel.
First ball was a wide, then a leg by, and a dot, a by, 4, another wide, and then a leg, and then the 4 leg by. So I think the wides might have thrown it off from the count, but definitely then the technology will not steer us astray.
Yeah, Carl, we can always go back to the replay. We have it all documented here, Joel. Just gonna go back and see what happened. So 12 runs in the over. Asif runs into bowl to Reed.
Oh, cleaned him up. And so that extra ball proves handy for Bangladesh. And that sends Bereston Reed on his way. It's 60 for 4 with 8 overs now officially completed.
The pressure of the situation, I think these guys just go out. They lose the approach to playing normal cricket. Because still, even if you're gonna go for runs, right, you still gotta play normal cricket to get it. That's why Gajanan would be a good man to chase up. He uses like a lot of glance and a lot of thing and whatever. So he knows to go wrong. That's the problem. But he's not like playing these reckless shots like some of these, even though the shot that he got out on was a little reckless.
So Kelvin Supersad comes to the middle. With MMZ in some bit of trouble here. They're batting a 60 for 4. Still 132 to win from 72. 6 wicket standing. And Asif Mahmood 1 for 6 in the first over.
So Super Sad strides to the middle. And so now, where will the runs come from?
I'm very jealous, Ajit.
Bangladesh just 6
You're
wickets
achieving too
away.
much, so I'm very jealous.
Or 72 balls, whichever should come first. For MMZ, they need 132. So the question is, where will it come from? So Asif,
దాదాపు ಒಂಜಿ ಪೂರ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ನಾಲ್ಕು ಲೈಫ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ದಾದಾಪು ಕಿಡ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಗುಡ್ ಇಜ್ಜಿಂದತ್ತು ಬಟ್ ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಓನ್ ಲೈಫ್
so Imran Hashim, the man who has been given the ball here. So is it Imran? Imran. Okay, so Imran to continue the attack.
ಸರಿ ಓಕೆ ಸರಿ ನಾನು ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಣ್ಣ ಇದು ಮಲ್ ಪ್ಲೇಯರ್ ನಾನು ಪಾತಿರ್ಬೇಕಾರೆ ಸರಿ ರಮಣ ಓಕೆ ರಮಣ
To the left arm spinner, Imran given the ball. I'll go on 16.
so that you can also watch, they can also watch.
This one is punched up into the offside toward Asif. And the can't score. So
Lenny,
pressure is going to start to mount here.
So you did here also.
I can't say start. So ready. This time goes airborne in the deep. Labib looks up. It's gone the distance. 6 more runs for Algu. And he's up into the 20s. 22, total 66.
Yes, sir. He's batted extremely well so far. Still a long way to go. And
Other than
needs the support, certainly from the likes of Kelvin and whoever to come.
And other than the effort of Jackson Singh when he batted Len, it's been a lone fight here. For
careful, not here, not here.
Finds the gap and will only be able to scamper through for one though. And so one more to him. Keeps his tally moving
You
around.
came the other way.
And then
So now you can see what you're doing.
92
Okay.
maybe a little bit out of the reach here for LMZ. Still 125 to get. And only 11 overs will remain after this one.
So Kelvin on strike. So all that for a dot ball. 67 for 4. You know, there's a contender that might have been an obstruction of play, but Dar is not convinced, and Dar wants to get the game on. 67 for 4.
Looks innocuous enough then. So score remains at 67. Slower ball, this one defended. And no chance to score. $67 for 4. And this one punched up into the offside. Asif Mahmood in the way. And that will actually close out the over. A good one from a good over from the new man Imrul Asif. And so it's 7 from the over. It's 67 for 4 at the end of 9 overs.
So Asako continues. Algo is on 23. 67 for 4 at the end of 9. So 125 needed from 66 balls. So good pace, good bowling here from Asif Mahmood. A big play and a miss from Alex Algo. Remains on 23.
And he has bowled a lot of pace. Asif Mahmood, he has really kept the ball on the offside of the wicket, has generated significant pace, has varied his length at times, and when he has gone full, it's paid off. It did going full did pick up the wicket of Harrison Reed in the previous over, and often when he's gone down the wrong line, did get a tickle that went down to fine legs and did concede a couple of some extras by way of wides, but once it hasn't been extras, he's been very effective.
Yes, sir. He's coming at an angle, having made the choice to bowl around the wicket. And so he's bowling towards the 5th stump. And so far, we've seen a couple of balls, a play and a miss by Alex Algo. 67 for 4.
The charge is good.
Yeah, it is.
Algo on 23, couple of 4s and a couple of 6s. Straight down the ground, 4 runs.
Glorious looking shot. Full and straight, and Algo equal to the task and just punched it down the ground and picks up his 3rd boundary, and that goes along with 2 6s that he struck. So 27 from 20, carrying the fight here for MMZ. We knew that was coming. Up and over, gone! Into the distance for a maximum, Alex Algo. And then when you see a batsman, a bowler get hit down the ground for a boundary, you know they're going to come short with the next ball. Alex Algo was there ready to pounce.
Yeah, a couple of good shots in, 10 and 2 balls here. This is good from Alex Algo. He's up to 33 from just 21 balls, 77 for 4. And he alone is carrying a big fight here.
And if MMZ should get a sniff here, then Algo will have to be there for a long time. And the question is, how much fight is in this dog? And we talk often then about it's not the size of the dog in the fight, but the size of the fight in the dog. And can Alex Algo lead this fight here for MMZ? The 115 needed from 62 balls. Looking to go again. And so rush the blood. Can't get them from every ball. Has to pick his spots.
Yes, Carl, and we saw one of the reasons Bangladesh Tigers made 191. Their batsmen took the time to wait for the loose delivery, and you get loose delivery once or twice every over.
Yes, man. It's all about shot selection. You gotta pick which ones to go after. Can't hit them all out of the ground. This time he was looking to pull this one into the onside again. This time doesn't make contact. The over comes to an end. 10 runs from it. It's 77 for 4 at the end of 10 overs. So at the halfway point, 115 are needed from 10 overs. Asking rate 11.5. 11.5 for over the ask. The rest of the way for M and Z.
So 77 for 4. Calvin will be on strikes. And so they need 150 from 6 the balls. 10 of them gone, 77 for 4. Comes stepping to the outside. Mahmood comes around, keeps the batters to just one. And so another single then. 78 for 4. And so you made the point, Len, that at the end of 10 overs, Bangladesh were going at 85 for 2. So MMZ not far off the going rate at this very same point when Bangladesh batted. The bad news for MMZ is that towards the back end of the Bangladesh innings, they actually upped that scoring rate. Got 100 plus. This one in the air. Taken. That's the end of Al Ghul. Catch taken in the beat. And so it's gone. 78 for 5.
Mohammed.
Alright, let's see if you've got that.
It's number 99, right? It says Sajib.
Let's just wait till the
So we'll try to confirm the fielder who took the catch. But Gulzar Ahmed, the man who took the catch in the deep. And so Gulzar took the catch. And so that's the end of an enterprising innings from Al Ghul, who was looking to carry the fight for MMZ. And so he falls, and Matthew Lachena, the new batsman who walks to the middle. Lachena comes in with MMZ precariously poised at 78 for 5. So the attacking Alex Algu has departed. Scored 33 runs from 24 balls, 3 sixes, 3 fours. Well caught in the deep by Gulzar. Gulzar Ahmed making no mistakes and pulling that one in comfortably.
You know what, like,
So Matthew Lachena now is taking guard from umpire Dar.
Camera move ಮಾಡೋದು ಬೇಡ ಅಂತೀಯಾ?
And will
That's
ball
fine, that's fine.
looking to work the front to the outside. Doesn't make
ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲ ನಾನು
gets the inside edge actually
him everything.
onto the pad. No chance
teach
to
Suresh
score.
some like in your absence you can do stuff.
9 overs will remain after this one. Big hit up through the offside. Mahmood comes around and he's about to just a single. And so singles will not hurt the Tigers. Something named in the total. And a couple of balls remaining in over number 11. The Bangladeshi Tigers looking to defend 191. Ball hit well through the offside. A sip is there. And again, only a single on offer. And the Tigers will live with singles all day long then. Yes, Carl, this has been a good over here for Himro. This is 3 runs in the over. We've seen a big wicket of Algu. So this is a good over here for the Bangladesh Tigers. They've had some very good overs in between. So big shot here from Matthew Lachena. Almost tried to pull it in with one hand. And it's gone up and over. And he gets the maximum. As Asif Mahmood is right up against the tape. Tried to like reel it in. And we've seen those one-handers in the IPL and that was not to be on this occasion. Matthew Lachena gets the maximum. 86. And that concludes the over. 9 runs from it. It's 86 to 5 at the end of 11 overs.
almost 12. The required is 12. It's still good.
So looks like Sajid will be reintroduced here. Having a Salam Sajid, but same person. So he is introduced into the attack for the first time. And he starts with a good ball.
So Kelvin and Matthew Lachena running here at 86 for 5, 106 runs still remain.
Tugged into the onside, up into the gap, man comes around and makes sure they can only get a single. And so someone will have to grab this match or this run chase by the scruff of the neck, as they say, Len. 87 runs on the board, 5 wickets are down. And whom will put their hand up to try to steer MMZ. Ball outside the off stump, a good delivery. Had Lachina moving the bat around, trying to find the line of the delivery. In the end, Nashville with the quick glove work. And in the end, the score remains at 87. No harm done on either side. 87 for 5. Still a couple of deliveries, in fact, halfway through over number 12. Asking rate 12 and over is the ask. And steadily climbed up from 9.6 at the outset. And this time a leg by perhaps will be upcoming here. And we get the confirmation now from umpire Ducky. So leg by added. Total goes up to 88. Brings Kello super side back onto strike. He's on 3. So really quality bowling here. Good mix of variation and a good good mix of pace variation from Salam Sajib. And really has kept the batters off guard for the moment. 1 ball remaining in over number 12. And got to take a look at the action. This one is slapped up into the offside. And the batters will scamper through for 1. So that will close out the over. And after 12, it's MMZ chasing 192 needed for victory. They're 89 for 5 with Matthew McChain on 7, Kelvin Superstar on 4.
What is the total schedule to display? What is the scoreboard to display? Summary?
Yeah,
So while there's a break in the action, I want to say good afternoon to Mr. Huron Shahan.
Now how to take it out?
Of the
Proper.
top brass of the Empire State Titans in the ground. I want to say good afternoon to him. And he arrives here. Empire State Titans, of course, competing in the minor league cricket.
Yes, Carl. Here has done a lot of work with the franchise.
Yeah, that's for
The
best.
franchise had a decent first sighting. This one is in the air. Asif Mahmood. Oh, he doubles it up. And that's the end of another wicket here. MMZ batting at 90 for 6. Luchena goes for 7.
If you do out
And
batsman,
Imrul has picked up his second wicket. 2 for 17 so far.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
90 for 6.
So who got out, right?
no, it didn't update. You should change.
So 90 for 6. Mohammed Shah comes to the middle. And Imrul Khan has picked up his second wicket here as Bangladesh Tigers closing in on the final of the Super 8 T20 2020.
Because when a new
yes, sir.
batsman come in, batsman career. When a new batsman come
With this one, right?
no, career.
So Mohammed
Korea.
Shaw walks in the
Oh,
middle,
new guys
as
from Korea.
Len pointed out.
That's the new
With a
guys from
total at
Australia.
90 for 6. 90 for 6. And so just about 100 more runs, 102 to be precise if you're counting, are required from 46 balls at an asking rate of just over 13 and over. And so MMZ has their work cut out for them.
Yeah, on the top.
Ooh,
Team that
taking
batted
the edge
first.
and running towards third
So
man.
if you do
They go
this,
for one, they'll come back for a
team that
second.
batted
And
first.
so
And this is
Streaky way to get
bowling.
off the mark.
And this is batting second and bowling
And
second.
in fact, would have come off the blade, no signal from the umpire. So runs it is. And so Streaky way to get off the mark for
This shows how much run they
in
made.
fact Hello is man on strike. So
And this is,
Yeah,
it just
Calvin
shows
has been
pictures of
there.
and his whole team pictures.
The ball brings back to Imran. And now Mohammed Shah is trying to go for 192 for 6. 100 runs remaining from 44 balls. Asking 13.6. So chance perhaps would have gone away in the over. Looking on the pad again, no chance to score here. Yes, sir, you look back at the Bangladesh Tigers. They've had a very good day. They posted 191, led by Ahmed Labib, who got 52. Ismail, who got 49. And we saw 26 from Masood Haq.
well struck into the gap, and that will be 4. So well struck into the gap. That's wide extra cover, and that will take the total up to 96. And Kelvin Shukasad goes into double figures. He goes up to 11. And so that completes another over. 7 runs from it. 13 gone. It's 96 for 6. With still 96 more needed. So they're exactly halfway towards their total is MMZ. Except they have 6 wickets down and only 7 overs remaining.
That's for the first thing. This is second.
Where's your banner? Yes, I did see you.
So 96 then the total. So Jeep will continue. Down the leg side, and wide is the call. Umpire Duty confirms it. And so Salam have to take a closer look at the action. Bowling action looks a bit suspicious. I'm not sure. Okay, this. And now it looks like there might be an injury sustained at the wicketkeeper's end. And so let's see. Nazmol is down for the moment. So we'll take a pause while there's a break in the action. And once again, say good afternoon to Hiran Chahan of the Empire State Titans. Also want to acknowledge the tournament director, Mr. Ajit Bhaskar, the regional director for U.S. Cricket, and also for New York region of U.S. Cricket, and then also to several individuals in the ground, representatives of the strikers team or in the ground, Richard Ramdeen, Shiv Sangalima, Aval Singh, and Bhaskar Yatram among those who are here in the ground. And in fact, we're hearing that Yatram got a brilliant century just yesterday. And so the strikers boys are in form and on the charge, looking to make their way towards securing another championship, that in the Columbus Day T20 tournament.
Yes, sir. In fact, the last T20 we saw in New York in the Big Three, was that the Big Three? I think was won by strikers. What was it at Big Three?
I think that was the T20 Blast.
Oh, yeah, New York T20 Blast by Dunga Wallace and company.
Kurt Higgins and team.
Yeah, well, I think with 3 wins, I think strikers will probably head up to the quarters now. And so that goes up again on Saturday and Sunday, the grand final. So all the best to the boys from the Strikers team. They've done well yesterday, and they won another game today. So we ready for a restart, Jacob?
I think so, Len. I think Siddiqui has shaken off whatever ailment he had. Seems to be no less the wear and tear. We're back with the action. 192 to get, 97 to 6 the total on the board. Over number 14 about to be on the way here. In fact, now this is the first legal ball in the over. This ball worked into the onside for a single. And so the total pushes up to 98, and it brings Prasad back into strike. So Mohammed Shah is up and running. He's on one. He's up and on striker's end for the moment. 98 for 6. And this one is hit up into the offside, through the gap, and that will go away for another boundary. So 4 runs, 4 good-looking runs to Prasad, takes him up to 15 and brings up the 100 for MMZ. 100 comes up in over number 14. So Kello Prasad, the man on strike. 15 from 15, so he's gone run a ball. Here is Sajid. Big hit, up and over. Masood is well positioned this time. And only a single that's on offer. Mahmood had to do a lot of work in the previous, in this over and in previous over. They had to do a lot of work in that area. And has been equal to the task. So this one played up into the offside for a quick single by Shaw. And so he doubles up to 2 for now. Scored to 104 with still 2 deliveries remaining in over number 14. 192 required as a target. Hit well. Up into the offside. Gozar is there. And back in goes into the boundary. And it goes away for 4.
Yeah, so good looking shot here from Kelvin Prasad, and MMZ will require all the help they can, and even if Gozar wants to throw in a couple of boundaries there, they won't mind. 108 to 6.
Sorry, I was in Bluetooth. I don't know where. Okay, sorry. You guys tell me that.
12 off it in the air.
Oh,
Brilliantly taken. Guzar on the charge. He makes up for it and takes a brilliant catch running in. So that's the end of Kelvin Prasad. He's 4 for 20. It's now 108 for 7.
Let me call you back in 10 minutes. Did you send me the text? Did you send me the text? Yeah. Okay. Let me call you back when the presentation is ready.
Who is going?
All right. Whoever.
Ready?
So 3 wickets in hand here. 108 on the board for the loss of 7 wickets. 14 overs completed. New batsman out in the middle is Keith Eddy. So he arrives out in the middle. And we'll take up post position at the non-striker's end for the moment.
So over number 15, we'll quickly take a quick pause and allow you to talk a little bit with Ajit from the U.S. Cricket Association.
Really from USA Cricket, and naturally good afternoon, and it's my pleasure to welcome in Ajit Bhaskar, one of the directors of USA Cricket, And first, Ajit, just talk to us briefly about the Commonwealth League, which you're associated with, and just what's happening there.
Yeah, as you see, this is one of the finals for one of the division in Commonwealth. Commonwealth League is one of the oldest leagues which has around 100 teams. Right now, President Leslie Lowe is not doing that great, so we are in charge and working on this to take this through. And you see, this is the Super 8 division and one of the finest competitions where like top 8 teams like Strikers, Majestic, Park America, and other teams were there, and the Bangladesh and MMG were the qualified teams for the finals, and it's a wonderful day here today.
And you're the tournament director for this Super 8 tournament. Just talk to us a little bit about what went into making this grand production and bringing this all together for what is a really an exciting day's event, this Commonwealth Super 8 final.
Yeah, actually, like it took some time. Like initially, we didn't have an afternoon division, but there was a tremendous interest by a lot of teams. They wanted to do something in the afternoon, not in the morning. So we do have a morning premier division which plays with 12 teams, and they're also like a tough competition. Only top 4 teams are coming, having a tough time to decide there also. I think it was with a run rate of 0.0001 or something qualified. I showed them early in the morning. So one team just lost the playoff because they didn't finish the game by one ball. So one drop ball made the huge difference. So the competition is that tight in Commonwealth now. This year it's a totally different year, and it's been a tough competition for a while. We are seeing the finest players here.
Excellent. Now, I often talk to Lenny and others about the fact that I think you're one of the hardest working individuals in cricket, and you're doing yeoman's work with USA Cricket. So talk to us a little bit about USA Cricket, what it's like being there, and sort of what's happening, and then we'll get around to some of the current activities within USA Cricket.
USA Cricket here, like I think a lot of things started now. Because of course we were a little cold, but now it's getting back on. Like we started working on trials, membership, development committees working on so many things. So USA Cricket is very active now. So that's why like, you see few trials are scheduled and what's going on across the country. So we are back on track, I would say, and there are a lot of initiatives taken. I think Ian, the CEO of USA Cricket, has sent a lot of details to all the members for you to find more information there.
So 15 overs gone, it's 113 for 7, 113 for 7, and so 79 runs required from 30 balls. 113 for 7, 15 overs gone.
And so we're talking with Ajit Bhaskar, one of the directors of USA Cricket. And so Ajit, you mentioned the trials. Talk to us a bit about what the trials entail, what's the process, and really anything that the public would need to know about trials in USA Cricket. Another Wicket Falls here.
So the trials actually started in New York on yesterday for the adults and today for the youth. It's like a talent identification rather than the real trials. Like they shortlisted 30 members from each zone, and now they're going to monitor them to see how well they're playing and to form a zonal team to play with into zone or national tournament. So now what happens, it's been a long time for the selectors not to see the players across the country. Now this is the first time selectors are going to see the extra players other than the 14 or 20 which they had identified. Now each zone has like 14 to 20 people to look for, and then probably it will help for them for picking a national team or zonal team or national tournament like that.
And so when do the trials actually get underway?
Yesterday, it started yesterday. This plus New York, and next week is for New Jersey. After that, it's for Connecticut and so on across the country. 14 zones actually.
Excellent. So, and then we also, and every time we see to try to figure out like what's happening with membership, and can you talk to us a bit about membership? I know that you're the chairman of the membership committee, so can you talk about like what that entails and what the membership process and driving of membership, what that all entails?
So membership, like we are working on a new platform. Right now, like we reached out to all the leagues to list out their members, and then in a week or so the platform will launch and all the leagues can register themselves. So this would be a new opportunity for all the leagues to join USA Cricket, and we are coming up with exciting membership opportunity for teams. Probably in 6 months down the line, like we'll have a big package where all the leagues and players can have utilize the USA Cricket of features and other stuff.
Excellent, excellent. Again, we're talking with Ajit Bhaskar, one of the key players in US cricket at the moment. And Ajit, you've done just tremendous work by and large. Anything broadly that you want to talk about related to just cricket and where the state of cricket is at the moment across the many spectrum, the many parts of the spectrum that you cover?
I think New York is one of the pioneer of cricket, and it has the talent, the best talents in the country. That much I can say. But the problem now, what I see is people are more into club cricket where they get paid more rather than representing the country. I think that's one thing we would like to change, people to attract more talented people across to the USA cricket, and then probably there is a big pathway with minor league coming in, major league coming in. Slowly people can see this as a career path, and then they can really make a living out of it. That's the real time. And then we want all the youngsters, like especially the Bangladesh team, like they have a lot of talented kids. They should come and join, and all the youth should join cricket now. It's a great opportunity. Next 5 years, the landscape of cricket will change, and they should be part of it. Let's see.
And I think just before you go, I know you have a big event here, day full events next Sunday. Tell us what's going on.
Yeah, like I think, thanks Lenny to remind me on that. So next Sunday we do have the finals for P12, Commonwealth, another division. Actually, that's a nice show, man. We found it very well. So so we would welcome once again everybody to join us next week at Sunday for there is a final for T12 tournament from Commonwealth, and NYPBC also has a final. So you'll have two tournaments going parallelly and a presentation here in the same place. It starts in the morning, and the morning is the semi-finals, afternoon is the finals, for both the leagues. And once again, guys, you guys are doing an awesome job and the best commentator in the New York. That's all I can say. Thanks once again, guys.
You're very kind. Thank you, Ajit, and congratulations on the tremendous work that you're doing across all the many different disciplines and all the many different components of U.S. cricket. There you heard it, ladies and gentlemen, Ajit Bhaskar of U.S. cricket. So back with the action, it's 123 for 8 with 16 overs completed. Keith Eddy is on 7, Ijaz Asgarali is on 5, and only 24 balls remaining here with 69 runs to get. So the Asks will rate up to just under 18 for over the Asks with 4 overs remaining. And for all intents and purposes, Len, it appears that the run chase has been called off.
Yes, Carl, the Bangladesh Tigers have played impressively well here by posting 191. You know, it's always going to be a bit of a, you'll have to really back it to get that. And they're backed up with some very, very good bowling. Masood Haq comes back into the attack. And so it's 124 for 8. Keith Eddy is on 7. Asgarali is on 6. And so far they've outplayed their opponents here. And so it's 125 for 8. Still 67 from 22. So, Carl, if this was an IPL game, 67 from 22, you would know that we've seen some chase in the last couple of weeks. What has really happened?
There's one that I saw led between the Rajasthan Royals and Kings 11 Punjab. There's wides, couple of wides added here. Where I saw Rahul Tewatia took a liking to the soldier out of Jamaica and pumped him a few times out of the ground.
And even Pollard from the Indians have really come a couple of times in the last couple of weeks. with numbers resembling exactly what we have on our card here, 65 to win from 21. And you never know how that could end up. So Gozar has earned that piece of real estate, Carl.
Yes, Len, and New York real estate is quite expensive, and he has really made use of that piece of real estate, to your point, all afternoon, and has taken some brilliant catches out there. That time wasn't able to quite get there, but did well enough to keep the ball from going into the boundary. And this one is going to run away for another single or so, maybe like buys. In fact, wide is the call. And so a couple of wides added here pushes the total then up to 130. 130 for 8. 16.4 overs gone. And so just 20 balls remaining. 62 runs to get. And Bangladesh in the driver's seat. Down the track and punching up into the offside is Keith Eddy. And just stepping over it and allowing Gozar to collect is Sajid running across. And so one more added to the total. 131 then the total for 8. Just a couple of overs, in fact 3 overs remaining after this one, so we're close to the end here. I've lost all sight of lights here. In fact, we might be asking for the facilities director to turn on the floodlights here momentarily, as things getting quite dark.
Yes, sir. The presentation party also just dotting the I's and crossing the T's.
And we'll have to get together and determine a number of factors. One, we'll have to get the man of the match for this match. There's a man of the series, there's a winner's trophy and a runner-up trophy to be presented. And then there's a couple of other little formalities that need to occur right at the end of this particular game. And so a couple of overs remaining here. 2 overs remaining. In fact, 3 overs remaining with 61 runs to get, asking rate up to 20 per over. And Keith Eddy will be the man on strike.
So 2-24 by Salam Sajid. And he will finish up here. He's bowled 3 already. 131.
And gotta check that action, and that action is very suspect. This one runs towards the fine leg region. We gotta see. Buys is the call. So a couple of buys then added to the total here. And then very interesting set of circumstance. In the air, out into the deep. Labib is there, takes the catch, and that's the end of Keith Eddy. He has to go, so 9 wicket falls here. It's 133 for 9, and MMZ on life support here. With still just a few deliveries down in the over.
What's the last wicket?
Yeah. They played a bad game. They gave us nothing. Yeah, 190 was always going to be okay.
So as the rally is joined by Ricky Kissoon. 59 to win from 16.
Final pair out in the middle, and that lady is tuning up the horse box. The champagne is on ice in the Bangladeshi hut, and the hardware is being polished up. The presentation area is being squared away. Bangladesh in charge as the rally goes big, open into the boundary, gone for 4.
Yes, Carl, don't say gone for 4. If it touches the limit 6, so you'll have to figure out, well, by chance it touched a little bit of the leaf.
Well, I was going based on the umpire's signal,